me here, you'll never be lonely. It's oh so clear, I've always been falling through a life that's upside down. Somehow you turn me around. So stay another night. 'Cause all we have is time. Keep you close and savor the moment. You raise my hopes and don't even know it. In a life that's upside down, somehow you turn me around. So stay another night. 'Cause all we have is time.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day, boys. How y'all doing tonight? We got ourselves more 5V5 1V1 Duels on the day. I was about to say daily, but we don't have that daily. For a bit we did. I think back at like Warlords, we were just doing back-to-back duels, and bro, I got burnt out of them so quick. We were like, all right, no more duels. And then we brought them back for like Legion or something. Result 16 acquired. Yo. You wanna carry me? What the hell, dude? Yo, how y'all doing? Welcome back, everybody. Yo, I hopped on my rogue earlier this week and I was like, oh, Blizzard just gave me 3200 score M+ for free. Got it. Appreciate you. That was really, really cool. I definitely gotta get more keys done, man. I did get a bunch of keys done on the Warrior. And you know what I looted from a box? My hero box? I looted, drumroll please, freaking boots, not Demon Hunter boots, like some crappy boots. Can you even get the Demon Hunter boots in the box? Has anybody gotten those? Because I'll probably need to do it on my rogue if I can get the boots, man. That's like the one item that I need. I ran it on the rogue. I'm going to be talking about it forever. You can. I feel like at this point you should probably just tell me you can't, Dal, just so I don't get any hope and so I don't go gambling. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'll be out there like when I'm got my box, I'll be just like, give me one, Blizzard, give me one. I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna get some garbage bracer and I'll be so disappointed. It's literally gonna ruin the rest of my day. I'm gonna be literally banking like, all right, all my happiness is in this box. Either I'm gonna be happy or sad for the day. I'm literally gonna mentally just like Pavlovian myself to just like absolutely ruin it, dude. Tie my whole whole entire how I feel, all my emotions to this stupid box of a stupid video game, bro. Alrighty, let's get some 5V5 1v1s in here. Good on, Paladin. Wish I already had them. Excuse me? Excuse me? You already had them and you got them twice? You want to share? You want to share with the class? What is that, man? Alrighty, boys. I'm going to be getting groups up and running here in LOG in a second. Also, let me post how to join groups if y'all want to join in 5V5 1v1 DUELS. Here we go. Let's see if Rick is on. Let's see if Colby is on. Let's see if Johnny Boy already ready with the 5-man team. What the hell, Johnny? Johnny Boy. Alrighty, let's see if I can get a second one up and running. I don't know if we got enough bodies. If y'all not in Team Johnny, join me real quick. We'll see who we got. We'll see who I can get on Real ID. Yeah. Does Ben join duels ever? I feel like I should ask him. Yo, duels? I feel like Blago, if he isn't, he's probably already in Team Johnny for all we know, man. For all we know, he's already with him. Hey, Ben, wanna join 5V5 duels, friend? I don't remember if Ben does anything for like with us in duels. I just don't remember. Gossagry? Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, Gossagry the Boomkin, man? Gossagry the Boomy. Who killed? Whoa. Hope you get something good out of that guy, man. Hope you get something good. Yo, duels? See if Colby is down for it, man. I could have him like be the lead for the other group if he wants to do it, unless he's doing other stuff. Is Shiny? Shiny, are you already in? Because I see you in chat. Are you already in the group, man? Or do you need a body? Does Lindro want to join? Hi, Lindro. Want to join 5V5 duels? Dude, I'm gonna start asking and I'm gonna start putting like notes of people, whether they're regular or not. Hey, Marcy, wanna join? Go Kragar? Bro, I wish, dude. Kragar, he's not on, is he? Kragar is, he's on Classic, dude. He hasn't ever played Mob Classic. He's been on like Classic, Hardcore, I think, for like, since it came out. That's all he plays nowadays, man. That's all he plays. I think maybe he'll come back from midnight for like 2 seconds at least to check it out. And then we'll have him like 2 weeks maybe. And he might bounce. Yo, duels? Yo, why is Saya not on a Paladin? That is unusual. Hey, duels? Wait, is Nalex hanging out on like a hoarding? He is on a hoarding. And now for some goods? I was gonna say, Bubby! Bubby! Get in here, friend. Get in here, my guy. Is Bubby, Blago? Might be, right? It is Bubby. It is Blago. Hell yeah. So this group needs like 3 more. So look at a couple. Sorry, I'll smash for PC. Okay. Sai is crashing out apparently. Okay. No problems. Yeah, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Hell yeah, dude. Lin Mage. Oh, Lin Drone actually is joining in. Let's go, dude. Shadow. Hey, wanna join duels? Does Roween join duels? I don't remember. They're in a raid. Ren Tikar is also in a raid. So I'm just gonna let him do the thing. Pascal, we used to have him join in. Does Vark wanna join? Hold on. Hey, wanna join duels? I feel like every time he joins when Krager is in, but he doesn't really join me. He'll join when Krager is playing, but like when it's just me, it's just like, nah, not good, man. And I feel like every time I asked him, the dual friend, I even had a note. I need to just remove that man off reality. I feel like I'm just gonna keep accidentally forgetting that, oh, I asked him, I already have a note for him. I keep asking him, I'm just pestering. I just gotta remove him because my brain just does not like catch that at all. You know what I mean? Yeah, let me go and remove Tihiga Kochik because I feel like I'm just gonna keep like messaging him. I'm just gonna pop. Because I have my presence is basically capped anyway. So if I can clear some bodies, that would be helpful. Shiny, are you in? Oh wait, music is loud. You're right. Might be chat. Have you guys heard anything that I said this entire time? Because the music was loud. You're right. Shiny, do you need a group or are you already good? I'm assuming Shiny already balanced. He's like, okay, I can't hear shit, dude. Dal, what the hell are you doing, man? Hey, man, I want to join. Duels? Karner? I can join for a game. I'm a Leo. Okay. Let me know when. Because if I can get you in a Horde Slay, then that'll be a 5-man right there. And we can at least get a game or two going. 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe more. Okay, Karner said now. Okay, toss him an invite. We just need one more. Need a body, and we're good. Who am I gonna make lead here, man? Can I get somebody that I have on my real ID? Can Cobra message me back and be like, yo, I'm ready for duels? And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna add you and I'm gonna make you lead. And that's it, now we're good. I'll need to get somebody that is on my real ID. And I think some of these guys are, but I don't remember if... Gossagry? Are you on my real ID? I'm just gonna add you. I'm just gonna add a Gossagry. I feel like that'll be a good idea. Also, let me pop this here because I'm having a hard time keeping up with the chats. Cobra, hi, yes, let's go. Bro, what did I say? What did I say? I was like, dude, I need Cobra to join it so I have a lead. And immediately he messaged me. You can't make this shit up, dude. You actually cannot make this shit up. That is so funny. Also, I gotta extend the BNet. Oh yeah, I gotta extend the BNet so I can actually see people's names in there. Holy moly. Holy moly, boys. Okay, we're good though. We're good. Cobra lead. I leave. Invite spectator match. Cobra and Johnny Boy 5 McGrand 1. Hopefully that works. Yeah, we're in. Lack of players avoid? What do you mean? Why there's a few people no one playing only once? Remember there were 4 groups of BFA? I think it all kind of depends, man. It all depends on like the expansion and like the content update. Because BFA like had ups and it had downs. Every expansion has this like moments where everybody is like playing, or if you're just chilling, right? It's usually happens at the very end, beginning of an expansion. Everybody in the mother's playing. Literally everybody's back in the game. And we can have like 3 or 4 groups available, and then it's like towards tail end, they're just like, we gotta put 2 together. It also shifts a lot differently between NA or EU. But I think that's just what happens when you have Blizz not really given that much attention for PvP for a very long while. So people just start like doing Mythic Plus because that feels like it's more rewarding and you can actually be competitive without like punishment. You can actually push. But yeah, I feel like if as soon as they fix like solo queues and give people ability to queue anytime they want to without like too much of a downtime, you're gonna improve PvP dramatically. And then also fix it. Just fix PvP in general. Switch. Got ourselves Shiny. Does he dodge the flare? I don't think he was able to. Harpoon immediate stun as he's playing as Leonardo. Okay. Is that Blades though? That is Blades. I was gonna say for a second. Anyway, Bobby. Missing those bleeds on the rogue. Does go for the step into a trinket. Garrod is in, doesn't get the dots. Root to follow, binding shot for that step, which is perfect. Second step with a kidney shot, does have a short stun. That's going to be full set of bleeds. Bubby, I don't know if you got yourself medic bandage. Does have medic bandages. Flare, however, does not connect. I don't know if Shiny has any dots. Like bleeds would be amazing. Definitely got to make sure he's got bleeds. Reason jump around the corner. Shiny, if he's not careful. No, he's careful. He's been very, very careful. He's actually in a good spot. He's going to go for cheap shot. With a root, unfortunately, the root happens as you go for cheap shot. It does keep you stunned there for a second. Stun on disarm. I don't think it matters. It's a survival hunter. Just goes for a quick manding bandage. Just goes in for a quick heal. Low Spal is up next. Gonna be some dots out of Bubby. As he got himself some damage, going to be a big charge towards Lost Spal. Maybe looking for a turtle shell here. Does go for turtle. Needs a recovery. As a sentinel in PvP, unfortunately, ever since they kneecapped their absorb heal from the sentinel damage, I think sentinel survival hunters just don't really do any kind of healing anymore. First aid, unfortunately, does fall off because of that Dawn Light still on you. I was thinking the camel was going to be actually set in stone, but no, it does go for Fury of the Eagle. It's going to have to go for a freezing trap and tar traps just to try to see if he can. Never mind, doesn't matter. Paladin's just going to Paladin. Walked around the corner, blasted him. I like the recolor of the set, by the way, but blasted him out, man. There's just not much you could have done. Unless you had a freezing trap there, perfectly set up. Stun is going to be over. Lowe's Paladin with a full immunity against magic damage as Cobra is going to be out next. Trying to see if we can just wait out this damage for a little bit for Lowe's Paladin. Does go for a blind. Searing Glare does connect with Cobra, but I don't know if it connects with a pet. You might be able to use a pet Succubus EC in order to peel Lowe's Paladin away from you. He still has himself laying hands. Go goes the bubble. So that's one immunity into the next. Another ward in case there's going to be a Hodge lockdown by Lowe's Paladin. I don't think he used it. I wish we could easily track things like camera adjusters on Paladins, man. I wish I could. I'm not thinking like some. I don't even know if UI add-ons work with this UI, honestly. I don't think I've ever tried. I think details maybe works, but I don't know if I could get like. What am I thinking of? Oh, lay on hands by Lowe's Pal. I got super low. Does get a stun onto Cobra, and Cobra taking quite a decent bit of damage. No Succubus to follow up. Stun on the Succubus. Wake of Ashes does go through it. Does go for a gate, but doesn't actually go that far of a distance. If you got Freedom, a horse will let you connect, but I don't think he's gonna go for it. I was gonna say like not true GCD. I'm thinking of like a what add-on am I thinking of? It's like Omni CD, I think, is what I'm thinking of. Like so I could track cooldowns a little better. More accurately. I don't even know if this UI would be able to. I don't know if like combat logging works in this UI when I'm spectator. I just don't know. I never tried it. Might not be the worst idea though, because then I would just remove what the cooldowns have and just have on my own Omni CD tracker. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, just tracking CDs. I would just customize it if I could. You know what I mean? But Blizz, if you're listening, can we add a Hodge CD on Red Palace? That would be great. That'd be great. That would be great. Because I feel like it's just one thing that I'm like, okay, does he have CC? Does it not have CC? I'm just gonna have to play that mental game of trying to remember. But Lowe's Ballet is actually kind of dry right now. He doesn't have Bubble. He doesn't have Spell Warden. He doesn't have Lay on Hands either. So he's kind of in a rough spot. He can mount up, you can reposition potentially, but for Cobra, he's in a great spot. I honestly think potentially this could be a moment for Cobra just to charge in and try to see if he can maybe get a Mortal Coil to put Lowe's Pal out in the open, fear him out so he's away from a pillar, and then drop a bunch of bolts down. You got him away from a pillar, so this is perfect. Try to catch him with the Succubus is going to be important immediately as soon as you see some cooldowns out of Lowe's Pal. Trying to see if he can close the gap. Cobra. Now the ward to Hodge back to him. That's so perfect. Oh my god. Drop a bolt with a trinket right after and a quick shadow burn. That was a nice, quick little global up by Cobra. Is it going to be Curdy? Curdy is up next. Just trying to see if he can position to the other side of the pillar. Is it going to go for a quick grippy onto Cobra? Trying to go for a quick bolt. Not going to connect immediately. Curdy does have a what's it called? A Dark Sim. I don't really know what you'd be able to Dark Sim from Cobra, unfortunately. I have no idea. Maybe a conflagration, maybe like a curse or something. Cobra is under a ton of pressure just from the pets. I don't know if he lives this. Yeah, no, it's over. Just the pets alone were able to clobber him. That is a lot. Curdy had himself double mages. He had himself a big old A-bomb, gargoyle, everything available. Dirks is going to be up next. So does get himself an opener. Curdy with an IBF. Does go for a death pack to follow. Dirks has himself evasion. So for Curdy, there's just not much you can really do to stop the damage. Does sacrifice the ghoul. We need to get a fresh new one up and running as soon as possible. Unless he can heal, Disarm is going to stop a lot of that healing. Maybe AMS will live the shadow damage. But no, the sub-rogue is going to be able to keep striking it down with back-to-back eviscerates. Looks like diseases are on him still. That or Leo, just with the Death of the Kid, was able to catch him. It looks like Darkseid is going to take that momentum. Those calm points built up from Curdy. Trying to see if he can reverse it to Leo. Look at Leo only taking damage. He barely touched him. Derek barely touched him. There goes a blind. Just completely set up Leo as he tried to go for some cooldowns just now. Nothing he can do to stop it. Actually, just sprinting away from those cooldowns. He just outrunning them. Why would you play and why would you stand toe-to-toe with Leo when you could just outrun the cooldowns? Pillar of Frost? I'm gonna go behind the pillar. That is my defensive. Dude, that's why people are mad at the fact that rogues exist. Because we can sometimes just outrun. That's a cool looking Valkyrie set though. That does look so good though. Man. Disarm onto Leo. He got himself another set of cooldowns, but he's just unable to get any kind of pressure onto Dirks. And Dirks absolutely ripping him apart. Every single eviscerate puts Leo closer and closer to the grave. He does get himself a huge chain of ice under Dirks. Gouge for a second. Dereks does have a kidney shot. I don't know if he's able to lock him. I think it's over. I think it's over. I think it's actually over. Holy, Dereks just bled him up and just waddling out of there. Dereks knew he didn't have any cooldowns to work with, but that rupture is going to eventually drop down Leo little by little. It's going to take a second. Does go quick shadow strike. He doesn't have a kidney shot for a second. Maybe dance sheep shot. He could dance sheep shot and it's over, right? Yep, cheap shot. It's over. Jesus, dude. Jesus, rogues. Yeah, but no, this is why people get mad at rogues, because it's like rogues just don't want to fight anybody out in the open. Problem is, Blizzard designed us where if we do fight toe-to-toe, we are designed to die. Like, if somebody at Blizzard wants to change that, that'd be great, but we're literally designed with mind that we will just die if we fight toe-to-toe. Unless we're rotating a cooldown, which will only have like, what, 2 minutes on one on another? One for physical, one for magic damage, and then outside of that, we're sitting duck. And outside of that, they were like designed to run, escape, get behind the pillar, catch that reset, catch that go. You know what I mean? Maybe one day we could actually get some, like, at least do that for combat rogues, right? Make him like a combat rogue, make him like viable for combat, man. You know what I mean? Something like that would be nice. Derek's still alive, even though Nismershka got himself an opener. Derek, however, does not have a trinket 20 seconds until he has one. So maybe he could potentially play the CC trinket trade game with Nismershka. Try to see if he can find him. See if Pickup is helping out a decent bit. It's not enough to recover a lot of health, but it's at least some form of recovery. Better than none. To catch an opener onto Nismershka. No cloak of shadows for the other rogue. Does go for the gouge. Getting a shot, trinket. And evasion only available for Nismershka, not available for Dirks. I don't know how he's got a disarm to Nismershka, but he was able to do so. Second step does put it down on him, so Nismershka will not be able to stay in stealth for long. Did he put a rupture on Dirks? I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Saps him, still bleed rolling. I don't know if you AoE him. Kid a shot right after. Wait, does Dirk just take it? Does Dirk just take it? No shot. Oh, it's just over. Gouge. He died, man. Gouge. Oh my goodness. That was some damage. That was some damage. That was really well done. Very well done. Such an aggressive sub. It pays off. Most fights, so 100 million damage. Brutally force the healer. Bro, seriously, yeah. If you could get like a moment to just keep the pressure rolling. Just brute force the damage. Yeah, no, it's nutty. Let's get this another going, boys, yeah? Get us some ONYXIA in here. That being said, also, if you are somebody who plays sub-rogue for PvE, the damage of the spec is heavily nerfed for PvP. So, like, in dungeons, it actually feels really good and very, very strong. In PvP, it is, like, gutted in comparison. Ready? Beautiful. Ready? Beautiful. We get another one going into... We'll do a hook point, and we'll do a 12 run. Definitely gotta get team, everybody on team, is it Colbrea that has Dirks in there? That team will need to get more chances to play. Yeah, it is Team Cobra. Yeah, because Gossip didn't get to play, Lin Mage didn't get to play, Bubby only got to play once, but did pretty well. Wait, did China get to play last game? As Assassination? He did, right? It was against Bubby, I think. But that game ended up being a very, very long one for Lois Pala, and then it was Dirk just running amok the entire time. I'll need to double check. Alrighty, let's check. Let's do a switch. Let's do a quick look-see looks of these guys' mogs. Dirk's is mog. I actually think he's found a pretty good tabard to match this set. I actually think that looks really, really close, really nice together. That's a mythic set too. It does look pretty good. Cobre, the classic, man. The classic. I like the mask too. Gossagre, there's only so much you can do as a druid, to be honest. I like this, like, it's like a TBC blue, right? And then Bubby, your mog is all over the place. Yeah. Who's up first? Is it Bubby? It is Bubby versus Shiny. Yeah, it's a bit of a rematch between the two. Flare immediately, dude. Deja vu. I have seen this game before. Is going to be able to get himself a proper opener onto Shiny. Stun trinket to follow. Shiny just trying to see if he can dodge it. He got to find a way to close the gap with Bubby. Does go for a cheap shot. It is going to be a binding shot as soon as he breaks out of it. Loads of damage. Does go for the step. Locked down with that stun. Grenade still flying through. Dude, look at the nades as a Sentinel survival. Just chunking Shiny. Dawson won, but it actually does go for a miss, unfortunately, with that evasion kidney shot onto the pet. It is very, very short, apparently. Gowich maybe gets himself out of combat. Long enough? Nah, unfortunate. Maybe just build calm points off of that pet. You will need to get yourself probably a reset. Cheap shot onto Bubby. That's about all he can do. Does go for cheap shot. But unfortunately, the Sentinel trap, as soon as you CC Bubby, it CCs you back. Does go for a root really quickly. Do you have any more grenades? Explosive shot. Stun. That is unfortunate. I think Bubby at that, Shiny at that point tried to see if he can maybe escape. Tried to see if he could step to the pet. But then immediately got stunned as soon as he got himself a step to try to see if he can get around the pillar. That root from Sentinel is pretty good, though. Kind of sad to see. Whoa, which one of you is going? Whoa, which one of you is going? Looks like Curdy, I think. Those Pallet is a proc and a charge trap. I'm not really sure. But it looks like Curdy is up and running. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be first. Maybe there's a bit of confusion. Body shot down. Bubby maybe look at potential Eternal Shell here. Does remove the diseases for just a second. I wonder if there's any big diseases Curdy could put up on him that can be removed. You may need a turtle here. That is a lot of damage. The entire army of undeads. A-bomb at the very least is not attacking you directly. He kind of got distracted by the rest of team 1 over there. But Bubby able to catch up a little bit of healing. Freezes the gargoyle mid-air. But unless you have some kind of big damage versus Curdy, who got IBF, he's bunkering down as best as possible. Does go for a faint death for just a second, trying to get those grenades rolling in. Fury of the Eagle, maybe they'll get you some kind of a setup. Manic Bandage for a second. Unless you have some kind of a heal last moment, you might be in a tough spot. Yeah, I don't really know what you can do. Binding shot, but no, it just is not going to stick, unfortunately. With Cobra going to be up next, trying to see if you could just get a couple of gateways onto Curdy. Should be able to get it maybe, I don't think you use too many. Silence, Curdy is not in a great spot. Does go for a heal. Death Pact and Death Strikes. Unfortunately, I think as long as he goes for like Death Strike into Death Pact, that'll be fine. But I think he Death Pact into Death Strike because you can see that the necrotics are tiny. So I think he did a bit of a reverse order. Interrupt onto Cobra. Does have bolts available. I don't know if you have anything. AMS just to live it. Barely though. Is the cast out of Cobra. He's just looking to end this duel as fast as possible. Is going to go for a port. Is got himself yet another conflagration. Exactly what he needed in order to take out the Death Knight. Trying to go for a quick cannibalize as Lowe's Paladin does get hit with a succubus trinket for trinket. Cobra got himself the Netherward, but the Hodge is not going to connect this time. Chaos Bolt immediately gets an answer with a Blessing of Saint. Tried to go for a kick, does not connect. Bubble to follow. Cobra does get himself a wall, so this team of the tank is no longer having to deal with a bubble out for Lowe's Pal anymore. Blind for a second. Does he have himself the Searing Glare? He does not. If Cobra can somehow just get some damage out onto Lowe's Pal while forbearance is up, this could potentially be his go. Mortal, if you have any big damage, right now would be the go. Shadow Fury, gonna get some kind of defensive out of Lowe's Pal for sure. Spell Warden, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I think for Cobra, I was going to say, I think he's going to get stoned, but he does get himself a port last second. He needs another word. He does not have another word. Unless Succubus does seem to play. No, the Succubus. She was too slow. With Lynn Mage going to be up next. Got himself a breath. Potentially big damage onto Lowe's Pala. Fire Blast flying in. We haven't seen a Fire Mage in a second. Going to be dropping down a Meteor. Lowe's Pala trying to see if he can escape, but that's going to be the Phoenix. If you can put him next to the Phoenix, that Phoenix is going to do a lot of damage. That Phoenix does a lot of damage. Keep him in that Phoenix's position. Lowe's Pala does not have anything left. As long as the Mage has himself a healer to him, he might be okay. I don't know if he's got Altar. He just continuing to pump Pyroblast into Lowe's Pala. Shields are available, but is it going to be enough? Got himself a Trinket. Lone does not have a lot of health. That's going to be a Warlock Hellstone. Does get himself a shield. It is going to be the Reflector Shield. So Lowe's Pal better be very, very careful with that shield. But he's seeing the Mage super low. Cauterize, maybe looking for a block here. Trying to see if he can end the duel. Is it enough though? May need to go for a block here. That or Mage Food. That or Mage Food. Lowe's Pal trying to see if he can get himself a heal with a Dawn Light. Lynn Mage could potentially end this. Got Combustion coming up very, very soon. Polly catching it. Do you have a big Meteor? Big Meteor with a big Combust? Potentially. I think you just have to drop it in, right? Poly yet again. Yeah. No, he does not in Meteor. Or at least he didn't drop it yet. Shields are up. Limage has a block in case they need it. May need it here. I think it's a block angle. I think you have to. There goes the block. But he doesn't have a lot of healing. He could get some healing while sitting in a block. But it's just not a lot. I think he come back to us, start fresh. Any thoughts? I feel like, hey James, how you doing, my man? I feel like if you're going to be coming back, patch 11.2.5 is going to be a really good catch-up patch, both for leveling and gearing a character. You got Legion Remix, you got Big Burst on Limb Mage, apparently not enough to get Lost Pala, but yeah, you got Legion Remix and you got Turbo Boost coming out, and I got a couple of videos on both of those features on the channel, but it's basically going to be faster gearing, faster leveling. It's going to be a great time to come back for Season 3. Big surges, and Gossagry does take it up, Paladin. Finally, though, the rest of the team too, with the Death Knight. I was thinking it was 2 people, but it's Dirk's over there. With the Rogue, Nesmershka, as well as Leo up next. Gossagry normally does not have an easy time with rogues, but this potentially, maybe they can continue using Treants super aggressively. Maybe then they'll be okay as much as possible. I think that's going to be what wins them the game. Baris get up immediately for the burst on the Smurshka. Needs to escape. I think definitely needs to use trees. Needs to go for recovery while also using trees. So maybe like a mix of just recovering, a mix of damage. Does go for a disarm on the Smurshka. The Rogue back it up out of there. I think it's just where you just send trees at him, right? Just let the trees catch him. Did he get a thrash on the guy? Yeah, if you could get ever get a bleed on him from a bear form, that would be huge. Wait, do you even have thrash anymore as a bear? As a non-bear? Is that still a class talent? I don't remember. It used to be kind of baseline, and in some expansions it was baseline, in other expansions it wasn't baseline. I need to double check. Actually, or Jake, if you want to double check for me, that'd be great. If it's in the class tree. Because I imagine it probably would be. Desmershka does get hit with the disarm for Gossagry, does go for a Roar Cyclone. Trinket available for the Rogue in case he wants to use it. Does not go for it. No, he does go for it. Yeah, but none of the talents. But he's not talented into it? Ah, okay. No, I think for Gossagry it's over. Yeah, all you can do is just play defensive until you get caught out of form and the Rogue catches him. There's just not much you can do in that situation. It's all down to Dirks, baby. 7 minutes into the match, almost 8 minutes, 38% dampening. Try to see if he can find the Smurshka the Rogue, and then he's got to find a way to fight through a Death Knight. Depending how mount cooldowns he commits to a Smurshka here, he might be okay. Question is, do you Trinket? I think he wants to save the Trinket ideally for Leo, so he's going to have to take a lot of damage here in the opener. Gouge, Faint, catches a Sipic up for a second. That's an opportunity for him to make a damage go. No more Trinket for Nesmershka, as long as you lock him down. Does not have the damage, unfortunately. Does have Shadow Blades. And is actually able to get one big eviscerate towards the tail end. The Rogue tried to see if he can escape it. Is still out and about as long as Dirks catches him with a Rupture. That's exactly what he does. Catches him with a Rupture. Nesmershka try to see if he can reverse it back towards Dirks. Does get the coup de grace. This could potentially be huge for the finisher damage. Blind for Dirks. He still has a Trinket for Leo in case he needs it. Cheap Shot does himself another Gans go. I think it is over. He just needs himself an escape, and the DK is not going to let him do it. Vanish? As long as you don't get randomly caught by dots, you're going to be good. Yeah, so he needed to make sure he has everything here versus Leo. He got to get disarmed because you can shut down a lot of Leo's damage. Evasion is also going to be very, very helpful. Cloak is also available, so he's actually in a great spot. I wanted to say Sap around the corner strat. He knows you're there. Yeah, he knows you're there. Cheap Shot does go for a Trinket. Lichborn into Trinket for Dirks, but he needs to get on top of Leo. If he's going to pop Trinket here, he needs to make some damage happen. He's going to go for a Rupture. Leo does have a Trinket. Yeah, does have a Trinket. So Dirks will not be able to lock down Leo with stuns super easily. Does not have a blind for a while either. And I think he knows that. He's got cooldowns that are coming back up. Smoke Bomb just to give himself a cover. Catches a resell for a second. Shadow Blades in 10. Maybe just make a play with Shadow Blades into a sap with the Leo, but looks like someone keeping him in combat. Maybe Rupture, Kidney, does connect. Leo with a Trinket, got burned, but a Cloak of Shadows for Dirks cannot stop this Rogue into a disarm. So any kind of damage, frost or physical, you can't stop any of it whatsoever. Does go for the death back, but it may not be enough. Reprecise is not enough, and the Rogue shuts down the Death Knight like it was nothing. Just locks him down. Well done, well done. Hell yeah. Yeah, it is crazy how hard of a counter rogues are for Death Knights though too, chat. Isn't it? It's actually crazy. Death Knights are usually really, really good. And they're really good damage-wise, but not really survivability-wise. But a lockdown with a quick disarm, it's like, man, the kit is almost built to fight a Death Knight. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just another go in here, chat, yeah? On a mas. Get ourselves more games going here, boys. Colbert says we're ready. Does Johnny say we're ready? That is the question. That is the question. Is the man ready? We'll find out in just a moment here. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. Not being rider side dampening doesn't help. Yeah, rider also hurts too. Not being rider either is unfortunate. 1 sec, we're logging. Cool, let me know when you're good. Colbre, tell your team we need a second. We're waiting for Johnny real quick, but always we're good to go. No barriers of thrashing the class stream? Okay, since you can thrash and cat and rest him. Got it. Any thoughts on to start a new class? I was thinking warrior. I feel like if you're gonna play any new class, brother, I would play Demon Hunter because they get the Devourer spec coming out at midnight. I feel like getting a door in through on VH so you're ready for Devourer may not be the worst. At least level a Demon Hunter. Right? At least level a Demon Hunter because Devourer will be made available during pre-patch. And if you want, you could go Void Elf with Devourer later down the line if you wanna. They're literally getting a new race in the spec. Void Elves as well as Devourer range spec. Gonna be crazy. Gonna be crazy. Alright, Tolveron. Tolveron it is, boys. Alrighty, let's see if we can we got Ka-Chow on that team too. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. I do like the variety we have over for the team 1, right? We got 2 melee, 3 casters, and we got like the plate classes and then the Smushka. Odd man out. Waiting for Remix before leveling any characters? Yeah, Remix is going to be so good for leveling. Especially since after you get your first character level, they'll get like all these different like XP bonuses, so your future characters will get XP bonuses too. And then you can just like boost it up really quickly. But yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I'm probably going to do a marathon of leveling a character when Remix drops. Because that'll be really fun. Twitch Rich. Got ourselves team 1 to go. Bubby is it going to be first up? No, it looks like it's going to be Gossipy, the Boomkin versus Lol's Pala. Normally Boomies don't do super well against Paladins at a 1v1 setting. But maybe Gossipy can make something work. Immediately starts off with the trees. And those trees are effective. Even the Dryad running around the corner. And Lol's Pala making sure to respect the Dryad and the trees. Shield of Vengeance without even getting himself an opener onto Gossipy. So Gossipy at least is able to get cooldowns out of the guy without really even being able to look at him. That is a cooldown down. I mean, it's at least a minute CD, but pretty sure Gossipy's trees are up every 45 seconds or so. 30 seconds maybe. Not really sure. But he's got Incarnation with it too, so if he can get himself an angle with the trees and Incarnation and everything, then I think he'll be very golden. Then I think he'll be in a great spot. Lol's Pala out and about. Gossip can go for a Root Silence, which should be plenty effective versus Lol's Pala. Should at least keep him in place for a good bit. So if he's ever out of position, if Gossip just gets a really good angle, this could be really good. A Root, potentially big damage, does have the trees. Is it going to be enough? Star Surges. I don't know what's happening. What is going on? Why are the Dryad? I am not sure why Dryad decided to start smashing this Mushka. Those trees also started running away as well. So for Gossip, it's a little bit of damage lost there because those pests did run out. Gateway? Okay, dude. That's an illegal move right there. Taking the gates. Man. That's an illegal move right there. Gossi, not in a great spot. Maybe looking for a trinket here potentially. Does go for the trinket off the Hodge. As long as old Pala has him out the open, roar into a clone. Does have a trinket. I think he just wants to see if he can potentially end the duel here versus Gossi. And Gossi's on the defensive completely. So going for a blind, I don't think it really does anything to them. Unfortunately. Trying to go for a knock, does not connect, does get a diss to Los Pala. Cooldowns are back up and available. You'd have Incarnation together, Fury of Loon and everything up. The problem is you don't have Barkskin and you may need every kind of heal right now. Frenzy regen is actually huge right there with the Heart of the Wild. Actually able to recover, able to push up a decent bit of pressure to Los Pala. Catches the bear from stun and does survive. I was thinking, does he survive this, but does end up coming out on top at the end of the day. Hopefully he has himself another Frenzy regen just to keep himself alive. Another roar, another clone. At least get himself an opportunity to catch a breather, catch a couple of regrows. But look how little healing they're doing, man. Look how little healing they're doing. Silence Rude onto Los Pala. I think just set him with some trees, right? Unless you're playing super defensive. I would have just set him with some trees and then continue to heal because the trees will actually keep pummeling him down. They actually don't do that bad, man. Actually not bad in damage. Barskin is available, is gonna have to use it. So Gossiger is now put in a really rough spot where they're basically just playing defensive the entire time. If you have a roar, I don't know if you used it or not, but may need to wait out until the silence is gone. Does get a silence. Not silence. Blind? Yeah, no, I guess it is a blind, doesn't it? It is not a normal blind like a rogue blind where you disorient it. It's more like a blind like you miss abilities, which is unfortunate. It is going to be yet another gateway, yet another legal move. But then at the same time, is it... Dude, would you call that cheating if a Boomkin, who I don't think has a great advantage versus Red Paladin, takes a gateway to try to equalize things? You know what I mean? I mean, normally I'm not a big fan of you guys taking gateway unless you are the Warlock. Then again, it's not like much you can really do to control what you do in midst of an arena, in midst of action and combat. But it's going to be regrows out for Gossigreen. Silence with Root into Lospala. I don't know if you can maybe get some kind of damage going here as last chance or last bastion of hurrah. You actually get a decent bit of damage with your Lospala, but then again, forced back into bear form. Unfortunately, Root potentially maybe can get a bubble out of Lospala, unless you get the random burst from the Dryad, which I don't know if that could happen. Lospala is actually feeling very, very confident, very healthy. Yeah, does get him low. Maybe potentially a bubble out of Lospala here. Lin Mage does close the gap, stun. Bubble. He knew it was going to happen. All he's got to do is wait this out a little bit. Got himself the altar in order to reposition. That is so rough, man. I don't think there's a chance for Boomkin to really fight. Dirty move. It is dirty. Don't get me wrong. Mage food buffs Lockhead is used. I think it is fine. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. This is why, to some degree, I think in a way, like being able to use the other classes kit. Gateway is a weird one, but like raid buffs are, I think I'm also okay with it. It gives your team like the ability to like, hey, you have variety, you get utility, right? Group utility. I don't know. I think it's like a little nice little touch for the 5v5 1v1 duel that I think adds a neat little spin to the 5v5 1v1s. You know what I mean? Because they're not quite little raw 1v1s. You play him as raw 1v1s as you can. Big glacial out for land. Hold on, land. Getting himself procs. I feel like Land been trying to catch a little spell, but a couple of simple casts like a glacial and a Frostfire Bolt hard casted did more damage than some of the other burst setups. Lost Pala is looking for a full recovery though with a Wake of Ashes. Lind, I don't know if you could go send him down for some mage food, maybe looking for a block here. Does go for an invis. Breath to follow. I don't know if you have a stun. You may, no, it does not get a stun, unfortunately. I think it was trying to figure out what he wants to do next. I think he wanted to go for Poly and then decided, or just thought maybe you should go for the, that's a nice reflect. Is it over for Lost Pala? Mortical? Oh, it's over. Yeah, it is over. He was trying to see if he can potentially go for like a quick breath, maybe like Frost Bomb into a stun, but then it was like, probably should have stunned. Yeah, unless you had block there immediately. It is rough. Hi all. What's up, bossy? It's Hayden fam. Hope you're having a good one. Welcome, welcome. Not like he's going to win the Boomkin, dude. It is so sad to see though too. Just the class. Oh, we're just gonna talk about how it's so rough for Boomkins in 1v1 content, but then Colbert just walks up, starts running from Leo. Leo hits him with a couple of big blitz and took him out. What is happening? Bobby's up next, just trying to see if he can get a couple of grenades all around the corner. What was that damage? Nice balance. Agreed. I leave. No! No, Cobra, no! Come back, we need you. I miss you, bud. No! Did he actually leave? I hope not. I certainly hope not. Is Rook around? We can get maybe the other Warlock? Yes, no! Don't go, I'll miss you. Unreal Flame. Yeah, Death Knights are kind of nuts. Death Knights are kind of nuts, man. No prank game. Okay, I think Cobra is having a bit of a little crash out. A little crash out. But you know what? I'd probably be having a crash out if I got smashed by Leo. Is Bubby going to be able to leave the... Okay, dude. Alrighty. Okay, dude. Alright, Dirks. You've taken out Leo more than once. There it is. Quick 1-2-1-2. Come on, guys. Can't you do that? Dirks took him out easy. Come on. Rage baiting my own chat. Not the best idea, honestly. We got still Kurdy, Kachow, and the Smurshka for Dirks to fight. Is this going to be the comeback for a Subtlety Rogue? Can Dirks fight off through 3 different classes here? Rogue is going to be up next. It is going to be a Rogue. Kachow The Paladin is a bit of a rough one. That's a lot of coolness to get through. Curdy, you can get through him, but he got a lot of damage. It's a glass cannon, so he is really, really scary. 40% to 0, okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gonna be full dots out for Nesmershka. Dirks knows he needs to be very, very careful with this trinket. He cannot trinket the other rogue, and if he is going to trinket, he's going to have to extend the game for a very, very long while. Try to see if he can get a setup where Nesmershka does not go for the trinket. He's going to go for a hit and run. Does not do enough damage, but I'm hoping he at least put a rupture onto Nesmershka. It looks like that's exactly what he did. Cloaker shadows for Nesmershka, but I think he is still... Does step on him for a second. Gouge by Nesmershka. Derek's caught in the kidney. Maybe looking for a trinket. Does go for a trinket. Blind to follow him. Question, does Nesmershka trinket? He does not. Kidney. Blades. Nesmershka is the one who trinkets with the blind this time. Vanish to follow. Are you still dotted? If you are still dotted. Oh, he does catch you with at least AoE. This is going to get you dotted and then vanish out. This is going to make sure that you are out and about. Making sure the heal is always going to get the opener on you. And I think for Nesmershka, this could be potential lights here if he's not careful. Yeah, bleeds to keep putting him out in the open. Smoke bomb is helping him be out for a second. He's trying to weave in and out. He knows more or less that Dirks is nearby. Unless he saps him here, does sap him out in the open. For Dirks, he's got to be very careful. But whoever's going to be next, and this is where I think Nesmershka started running towards the starting area. Just whoever's going to be next can maybe grip Dirks immediately. If it is the Death Knight. No, if it is the Death Knight gave Dirks a chance here for an honorable match. He could have just immediately started gripping him, started Chain of Ice on him, everything. He gave him a chance right on the middle. He even did a slash wave. Look at him. He even did a slash wave. Actually, honorable Death Knight is a glass cannon, though. So for Dirks, he does have cloak. He does have evasion. Essentially, all Dirks can do is he's out in the open, trying to give this man an honorable match. Yep, tried it. Yep. This is what I love, man. Look at that. Curdy is just more or less, I think, is going to let Dirks get the opener here. He has eyes if he wants them. But I think he's going to give Dirks an opportunity to get the opener on his own terms. Cheap shot. Does he hit shit with a short stun? Potentially could be Dirks maybe popping a cooldown here. Does summon to Curdy. Does get hit with a blind. Maybe this is where Dirks just commits a cooldown. There's going to be a lot of pets. Cloak and evasion both used to try to live Curdy's go. Try to see if you can take down Curdy right then and there. Curdy's taking huge hits. Death back right after. Cannot really heal. That's an opportunity to Dirks to potentially press on. Curdy picking up a lot of healing though. Able to fight through the necrotics with full pets. It does take down Dirks. At this point, I think Dirks playing it correctly. Technically, at this point, with where you are, I don't think you can run. I don't think you can hide. I think you just need to go all in the DK, hope you win, and maybe find a way to reset some cooldowns versus the Paladin. Can't blame him though. Well done. But yeah, chat, this is what happens when rogues and go catching crazy amount of resets. When you just fight people toe to toe. It's not unfortunately, the class is not built for it. It would be great if Blizzard changed that, but barely until then. Until maybe midnight. They give us some tools for that. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, let me know when you guys are good. For both Johnny and Cobra, unless Cobra is actually gone. Is that what Lindros is messaging me? Is the group still together? Or trying to see if Lindros would happen with the group. All people left GG's? Bro, we can't be a GG now. Alrighty. Only Rogue and Boomy. Alrighty, Rogue and Boomy. If you guys want to join, we'll be re-listing the group again. Re-listing the group again. Trying to see if I can get you boys back in here. If at all possible. GG's. GG's. I'm gonna try to relist for it again. Meritas, get in here, my guy. Get in here, my man. Before WoW then ends, I need to go around and buy all vendor mounts and spend more 400k crystals and cash. I don't think mounts even cost that much. I bought most of mine recently for like 40, 50k, 60k. I just went around and grabbed all of them. I think I already had a one or two though. It's me. Hey, my man, how you doing? So we are going to try to see if we can put a second group up over on the Team EU. We are not done for the night. At least I'm not done for the night. So we'll try to see if we can get this going, chat, yeah? Flip Dog, getting him in. Outlaw, let's go. Let's go, my man. If Horsley wants to join, that'll also be a welcome sight. Dragon around sacrifices that would make Magni proud, bro. Yeah, don't let Magni on these. Also, ever since Magni became no longer Crystal, we haven't seen him at all. What do you think he's up to? I think we'll be able to catch up with him sometime. See what the hell that was all about. And what the hell he's gonna do again. Now that he's no longer like Speaker of Azeroth. He's in rehab. Yeah. Yeah. I would be too. If I had to serve Azeroth herself and talk about her wounds. I had a PTSD, man. It appears in Duels occasionally. Does he? I know Brand Bronzebeard appears, but Magni? I know Dagran appears too. I don't think I've had Magni yet, but maybe I just never noticed. Maybe I just am dumb. Maybe me dumb. Magni? Really? Okay. Yeah, maybe me dumb then. Does Capone join? Oh, he's already in, doing stuff. Let me ask him. See if we down. You're Oni? What's up, fam? Paladin? Bro, everybody I know plays a Paladin. Literally everybody I know plays a Paladin. Like, how does that... Where's the variety, man? You know what I mean? Where's the variety, dude? It's nothing like talking about Magni and Duels. Wait, what is it? What is that? Nynishny balans 21 это тихий ужас. I don't know what the first word was, but talking about balance in 1v1 is atrocious. Something atrocious. Alrighty. We got a team though. Who wants to be lead? Somebody that I have on my real ID would need to be lead. So either it has to be Gossagry or Subtlety. All you gotta do is just let me know if like, yo, we got 5, or hey Dal, we're missing a body. That's all you gotta do is just let me know, yo, 5 ready to go. Or wants to do it, man. Look, yeah, but sure, man, let me finish the shuffle. We just filled up. But I will let you know when a spot is open. Magna sub glowing at the start of the X-Pack. Oh yeah, Magna appear. Dagran does, who's the Moria's son. I mean, maybe Magni does appear. Substorm pure as right. Yeah. Sabadell or Gossagry, which one of you wants to be lead? Because one of you got to be lead. Or actually, Meritus, I can make you lead too, man. I could add you. We've seen these duels before, right? All you gotta do is be like, yo, ready, or no, not ready, missing a guy. And if you need more bodies, like I can help out. Like I'll just join the group, you'll pass me lead, and then I can take care of all of it. I just need somebody to be lead so I can like queue you. Be the person updating me on the groups or whatever. Red Arms DH only solo shuffle lobby. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's where Blizz needs to take a look at like, oh, what's everybody playing on like solo shuffle? Oh, there's like 80% people playing just one class and spec. Let's not do that. Let's immediately not do that. There's so many different playstyles out there, but like if everybody's gravitating just to one, like you gotta find a way to discourage it, and while actively also encouraging everybody to play literally everything else until things are balanced, and then you could do some buffs or whatever. That's what I think they should do, right? Too many rogues? All right, let's tone down the rogues a little and buff everybody else back up. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Get everybody off of the flavor of the month. I think it'd be healthy. I think it'd be really, really good. Especially super early into the season, right? It's not like people are doing in-game pushes. Right now, it's still an opportunity for you to tune things and balance things out, right? Maybe like in 11.2.5 and 11.2.7, maybe that's where this should be like, you know what? We're going to be very, very careful on tuning and balancing. And the meta is already solidified. But until then, I feel like they should be constantly tuning stuff. You know what I mean? The DH things. Yeah, Wounded Quarry, I imagine, is a lot of the damage. What the hell is setting for 53 million? That's got to be Wounded Quarry, right? That seems like a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Alrighty, who want to be lead? Gossi, I have you as lead, right? Somewhere. Do I? Let me see if I decide wants to be lead. Hey, I'm gonna make you lead so we can queue. Okay. I'm just gonna make Subtlety lead. Make it easy. Paladin told me he was gonna relog and join the other group. Oh, okay. Okay, Johnny needs Onomas. I'm sure Johnny will be able to get a guy replaced really quickly. So we gotta wait for Johnny then. So I'm gonna hang out with this group until we get Johnny. That'll work, right? Which Pally joined us, because won't we have Is it Mariatus? Yeah, Mariatus. Hey people, Johnny's plus an extra body. But if you are about to have a crash out, Saya, don't, you know, it's up to you, man. Hope you got that 1800, bro. But yeah, I think seriously, I'm hoping Blizzard doesn't release like, okay, what do? Just be lead, and that lets me queue the team, and just update me if team is ready or if some bounces. Cool. If you need all help, alrighty. Well, Johnny got a I don't know if he's got a body. Yeah, they got a group right now. So if you want to join him, well, welcome to him. You're on Doomhammer? I didn't realize you were on Doomhammer. That's cool. That's neat. He glows, right? Yeah. His glow is gone, which is probably good. But yeah, I really do hope they come back and like maybe like with 11.2.5, because there's probably going to be some sort of story patch update. 11.2.7 most likely is going to have some sort of story update, but I'm hoping they'll come back to Magni a bit and talk about what the hell happened with him, because we literally like cured his crystal form during the what's it called, the RD. What's it called? I don't remember the zone actually. Holy, why am I struggling here? Ring of Deeps. I knew the acronym, but I didn't know exactly what it was. Ring of Deeps. Ring of Deeps. Okay, we're ready? Beautiful. Alrighty, making Anastat lead, and we are good. Beautiful. Anastat and Johnny Boy 5. What do we send you guys off to? Black Hold maybe? I need a target. Anastad. Anastad. Johnny. Oh boy, that's where I messed up. Yeah, I messed up the name. It wasn't Anastad's name, it was Johnny's. Messed up Johnny's. Been back at the Dragon Isles, made me appreciate how pretty it was. Yeah, Dragon Isles as a zone was really pretty. Very, very pretty. I think they did a really good job with the zones. Music was also pretty good for all the zones. You know what I mean? I really like the Centaur, Maruk Centaur music. That shows a vibe. I like the Grizzly Hills-esque inspired tracks for Azure as well. You know what I mean? It was a cool, gorgeous zones, man. They were really pretty. They were really, really cool. Flying through them was a lot of fun too on the Dragon. It was really, really neat. Plus the zones were extra big because that's what they added dragon riding. So they were like, all right, we're gonna go super fast, but let's make the zones extra big. But Draken especially, Faye, major city. It was a good city. I think the structure for it was pretty good. You have the center area. You have like the crafters area, train dummies with PvP vendors. It was pretty nice. What's up, Magnus? How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing good. Welcome, bud. Did I save the last match? I don't know if I did. But I'll find out in a second. Well, if I didn't, now I did. Now I did. Good switch. Got ourselves. Who's gonna be first up? Is it Curdy? Curdy off the bat versus Sabadell. Sub rogues? Alright, Death Knights. Absolute nightmare. Curdy immediately with us. Blind onto Sabadell. Trinket to follow. Evasion is up. Does go for the stun. Trying to see if he can get the army of undeads going together. Technically, if you just throw all the entire army of undeads, and if Sabadell doesn't retreat, he will eventually die. You just gotta live. You just gotta live, and those death strikes are doing enough, and the guy just absolutely blows up into a viscera. Oh my god, that was something. Holy, Unholy Death Knight's got some burst. Oh lordy. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a ton. Gossiger is gonna have to be next though, unfortunately, because Death Knight, I don't think he didn't even get rooted. I'm not even sure what happened. Is it just because he's mounted? Is it just because he's a Death Knight? Shut up, literally wasn't even rooted. Ignored the root. Gossiger went in, does get a full silence on him. Curdy does take a lot of damage just from like the couple of star surges and the trees, man. The trees. Straight up lore axing this guy, man. Speaking for the trees, letting him just beat up on the guy. Poor man's. Poor man's. Meritus does have a DC. Hopefully he'll be back here in a second. I like the side though. That looks good. Gossiger does try to see if he can get himself an angle. Curdy not in a great spot to really do much. At least he can find Gossi. Root does get himself a grip. Blind to follow. For Curdy, this could be potentially a chance here. AMS, maybe enough, but no. Death strikes? Barely keeping him alive. Every death strike you cast is going to be... With that disarm, you're not going to be able to. It's over. I was going to say, he's perfectly fine as long as he get death strike and he got disarmed. Nope, that ain't happening. That ain't going to go well. Kachao is going to be up next. Gossiger just trying to see if he can back up out of there. He's going to go for a stealth, so Kachao is going to retreat, trying to see if he can hang around by that pillar. Looking to pick up the eyes. Could be potentially a good root silence combo. Gossiger, I don't think he wants any of this melee next to a pillar. I actually think he wants him out in the open, so you can just go for full burst, full dots and everything. Punish them while they're out and about. He's probably going to have to go for a bark. He does go for the bark. Kachao with a layer in hands. Is it going to be enough damage to maybe keep the pressure? No. Bear form immediately for Gossiger. He may need to use something here. Does not have a trinket. Has himself big defenses still in case he needs it. Roar before the Searing Glare goes through him. Is going to be able to get himself a Cyclone, but a quick interrupt with a trinket out for Kachao. Just something to follow. Searing Glare does connect Gossiger. Just trying to see if he can get himself out of there as best as possible. With the Heart of the Wild, that's all you could really do right now. With Renewal also being burned. At some point, he's going to have to find a way, I think, to just get a slow and root onto Kachao. But the Dawnlight is not going to feel good whatsoever. Holy moly. In Remix, can you get a scythe? Yes, you will be able to just buy the scythe. You'll be able to get the blue scythe, the red scythe, and then the new fell green scythe as well. So you'll be able to get a couple of them. Kachao getting stunned into Gossiger, but it doesn't look like he is committing damage just yet. Maybe he's trying to be extra careful. Trying to cleave anybody in the other room. Which, by the way, like if Gossiger just stands on him, just cleave him down. Hopefully they'll understand you're not trying to nuke them. Hopefully they'll understand you're just trying to take that Gossi. As long as you're not Divine Storming, then I think it'll be fine. You know what I mean? Just over to Kachao. Gossi just trying to see if he can get some damage. Maybe get some cooldowns out for Kachao. Man, they ended up nerfing the, what's it called? The tree burst damage. After you pop trees, the next two rats and star surges will do like additional damage. They really nerfed that quite a bit, didn't they? It's no longer nearly as big bursty, big impactful in PvP as it used to be. Damn. They did buff the Boomkin's raw damage by like 6%, so at least there's that, but... Unfortunate, man. That burst with trees used to be huge. If you got yourself a couple of casts after getting those trees, it was like really impactful. But unfortunately, it's no longer, it seems like it's not good anymore. Kachao looking to pick up the eyes. Gossi does have Incarnation, does have trees. Maybe just Root Silence and just do some damage from a distance onto Kachao. Or maybe just Bear Form. Might just hit a Bear Form. Try to see if you can avoid getting hit with a Hodge. Root Silence, keeping him at bay. You got everything. Cooldowns potentially available. Maximize that range. Kachao takes a huge Star Surge. Gossi trying to see if he can give himself an angle. More Star Surges to follow. Does have a Dryad chase after the entire time. Son to Gossi. Does have a Trinket to follow. Bear Form after. Kachao has a bubble as well as Spell Ward in case he needs to. Cyclone to follow. Unless you go for a kick, you're just not going to be able to do much there. Gossi catches up a little bit of healing. I don't know if you have any more damage. He's still doing some kind of damage to Kachao though. I think there's like residual dot damage. Just on for a second. Whatever raw damage you can do to Ka-Chao, whatever damage. Trees are in. Hold on, he's gonna have to pop a cooldown. Bubble might need to come out. Trees can still punch him. The trees are still punching. Physical damage goes through the spell warden. Glare, trees are still punching. Wait, trees were actually doing a lot there for a second. Ka-Chao, I think he wins this either way. Does bubble it just to make sure he doesn't go down. Actually, just use every immunity to make sure he takes down the Boomkin. I swear to you, I don't think there's a situation where a Boomkin, I think, can win against a Red Pally. Maybe if you're out in the open world and there's a lot of elevation where a Boomkin can, like, you know, backflip off the cliff and then use the flap ability to slow down his fall while he makes the distance. Maybe there you could probably do something, but without it, it's rough. Stun onto Meritus. Gonna be Ka-Chao. Just try to see if he gets some damage, but I think he's gonna have to play defensive. Double Dawnlet on himself. Shield of Vengeance. He knows that Mary has every immunity, every forbearance button available. Lay on hands, Spell Warden, Bubble. And Ka-Chao is super behind on any of those abilities. He can maybe make some damage happen. Whatever healing he can do is huge. Meritus does end up pushing through the damage. And it's gonna go for Lay on hands immediately as Leo charges him. Stun. IBF to follow up. Leo's got himself a lot of potential damage. Blind by Mary. Try to see if he can escape this. Might just have to go for a bubble. There goes the bubble. I don't know if he can go for counter pressure. Does get some decent counter pressure onto Leo. I don't know if Leo still has a lot of his peak bursts available. Looks like Pillar Frost is down. And Mary's able to escape him. Sides still do go through him. Is going to get himself a Blessing of Spell, Saint. But I don't think it's going to matter. Mary just might just be dead. Trying to go for Searing Glare. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, unfortunately. Does get hit with a big executor. Leo backing up out of there with Vast trying to see Vasi trying to see if he can get himself a setup. Leo got Chain of Ice. Might need to go for a blind here onto Vasi if he has it. I don't know if he does have it. AMS keeping him alive through that haunt. The bleeds and dot damage from Vasi still is pressuring Leo a little. Not the highest bleed damage, but still a little bit. Whatever glaive damage you can do on the guy, that'll help you a lot right now. As Vasi trying to see if he can land the angle, does get himself a stun. Blade Dance, Leo with Death Strikes at 36% dampening, barely keeping himself alive with a Death Pact. Just trying to see if he can get himself out of dodge. Vasi, do you have enough damage here? Full burst out for Leo. Does go for a full immune, unfortunately. Leo backing up out of there while AMS is active. I don't think Leo has any kind of stun breaker, so if Vasi gets himself a stun, yeah, it's over. Big Eye Beam, Blade Dance right after. Just needs a little bit more damage. Death Strike for Leo. Yet another Death Strike keeping him barely alive. Does he have any more Death Strikes? Reaper Scythe goes through, but Vasi just has him way too low. But who's up next? Is it Siam? Is it Nesmershka? One of you two got to be running out, right? I think it might be... maybe Nesmershka? No, well, yeah, it looks like it is. Vasi, if you have some Spectral Sight. Ooh, does catch the Rogue. Into a pre-darkness as Rogue got himself a cheap shot. Maybe you darkness some of that damage. I think Secret Technique of Darkness. I didn't see your Hellbore move as soon as that Secret Technique connected. Full stun onto this Mershka. Do you have enough damage? Fear Sigil just to keep him in place for a second. Blade Dance does allow you to get at least some damage on him. Does have a Trinket. We'll need it for the next stun lock combo minus Mershka. That's all you can do in that situation. Try to see if you can backflip to try to see if you can avoid any CC from the Rogue. Gouge is going to go for a Metamorphosis. Maybe the Rogue can shatter. He did not. Trinket to follow right after. You at least use a button. Shadow Melt for a second in case there's a stun. Cheap shots do follow through though. Barely has any health. Oh, but a last little Shadow Strike. Maybe with an Unseen Blade. And Smushka does end up taking him. With Cliff Dog up next, dude. Cliff Dog up next. Rolling the bones. As an Outlaw Rogue. Look at him chug along, dude. Look at him run there. His running with purpose is going to be a proper opener by Nesmershka with a Coup de Grace. Big Secret Technique to follow up. Cliff Dog with a Cloak of Shadows. Sippy... I don't know. Sippy Cup, Cloak of Shadows definitely didn't do anything. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Nesmershka just pick up two them. Very well done. Very well done. Still sad that we've had Godspeed going up against Paladins a lot so far. Movies v Pally, there's just not much you could do against that one. Unfortunately. Get us another going, boys, yeah? You can get a Scythe as a staff? Yes, you can. You can get it as a polearm and as a staff. So you'll be able to use it as a monk, as a hunter, as a warrior, as a Death Knight, as everything. Even casters. And you're going to get the Fell Green staff too, which is going to be pretty cool. I would double Incarn and Pally so hard. Like Incarn into a second Incarn so you can like double stack it. That'd be something. Cool. And instead, let me know when you're good. Let me know if team is ready. And then Johnny, just let me know same thing, man. Yeah. Duelister. 10 million health. Is he PvP geared? He is PvP geared. I was gonna say. Seems kind of low, doesn't it? Okay, we got one guy offline for team Sabo. We're gonna give him a second, give the man a second to come back, and then we'll see maybe replace him. Possibly. First 15 million single target, my dude. My druid? Is that PvE or PvP? That's a lot of damage though. Jesus, 15 mil is a lot. What do you think has bigger burst? Boomkins or shamans? Shuffle teams? We could shuffle the teams if you guys wanted to. We could, yeah. We could shuffle the teams around a little. Take a couple of boys over from Team Leo, take a couple of boys from Team Sabo, and swap them around, yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Johnny, let's do some team shuffling here, my guy, yeah? Alrighty. Tell your team we are shuffling and join mine. I'm listed in LOG. We're just gonna keep Adestat lead for this one. Johnny, Shaman, but really short. Really? Is Shaman burst really that short? I feel like our Shaman in our guild pumps. Like it does, he gets a huge ramp going. A lot of RNG, but a huge ramp going. It just absolutely pumps. That's a good mog. I like it. Yeah, full red, fiery looking with the troll set. That looks good. That looks good, man. Yeah, I'll take Saya on my team. I'll take Saya and I'll take Anasted. Can't queue as don't. We should probably not queue as one team. Lol. Some go to Johnny and some go to this team. Yeah, so I'll do is this. I'll take a Chow and Saya. That'll be the two people that are fresh for this team. And then I'll take people like Sabadell, Gossagri, Vas, Cliff, whoever signs up first. That's, I think, what I'll do. So can't have them all sign up at once. And I think Johnny should also be listed up, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just have the group like break up and then just sign up everywhere. So I'll take two people, I'll take Sabadell. And I think I could take like three, right? So I'll take Sabadell, I'll take a Gossagri or maybe Vaso or Cliff, one of those two. Force set on, nice. Your force set for Herald, what does that do? Isn't that just like, it gives you extra long wings after normal wings expires? Just continual burst and like buffs your damage. Okay, ready? Okay. So apparently Johnny's ready. I think he picked up Gossagri, Vas apparently, and maybe Cliff. I need uno mas on this team. Uno mas. Because he got Sabadell, so he's gonna be lead, and I need one more. The cooldown's gigalong. Boomy's a 3.5 minute burst. Kyle? Okay, I'll take Kyle. I'm not sure which one is Kyle, but I'll take Kyle. And then we could rotate people as we go tonight. Cool. So now I need to find the group, Anastad and Johnny, and we're gonna send you guys into... Where am I gonna send you guys? Tigers? That one's yours. Druid with correct gear 100% since you get a passive 20 to 40 crit on top of all your haste mastery, bounce 3 minute burst. That cooldown's gigalong. But you have like technically yes, but you get 2 charges on, don't you? With Incarnation. Oh, the damage seasonal stuff, Diablo got buffed, lol. Did it actually? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. They probably got a lot of feedback from PTR, like nothing really seems strong. Hell yeah. I think at the end of the day, they're probably going to be running into the same situation where they basically have like, they're running into the same situation where it's like, okay, everything that's like powers are going to be the strongest. Powers are going to dictate everything. But still, probably better than having them be like, what's its weak. So you have 60 seconds of Dryad, 4 huge chargers, 3 for 30 seconds of Incarn. Oh, okay. Okay, I need to see what that looks like. Which? Yeah, well, all I've seen is the Shaman Burst. I don't really know what the Boomkin Burst is. Cliff Dog over the team 2. Gonna be first up and about. I like this little yellow banana set, man. The yellow Pirates set. I do like the way that that thing looks. But he's gonna be out versus Kyle. Immediately as a beast. Mastery Gnome Hunter? Yo, okay. And you got bees! Bees! For pets. I want to see if your mog is actually like black and yellow, so you look like a bee yourself. I know that the bow is kind of yellowish. I know that bow is yellowish, but I don't know if the rest of the set would be a bee kind of look. Don't come out of camo for it though. Don't come out of camo. Flares are down. Cliff Dog does not want to run out there. Does not want to be looking for Kyle. I think it's gonna end up being Kyle. He's gonna wait out until your camo is gone, unless you just randomly spot him. Start throwing up random traps. Freezing trap potentially. Does walk over it. Kyle should be able to catch it. There it is. There it is. Should be able to get a proper opener. As BM though, he's trying to make sure that he's got himself as much range as possible. Grapples in. Not quite a B look. Pretty close though. Cliff Dog get himself a proper opener. Kyle just trying to see if he can back himself out of there for just a second. Couple of hits here and there. As Cliff Dog rushing in, does get hit with a binding shot for a second. Disarming to Kyle, fading down for a second. As long as Cliff can just keep the pressure on Kyle the entire time and not let him out of his sight, always being melee of him, I think he's just going to be able to win just on raw DPS alone. Gouge for just a second. Kyle with a trinket. I think that stun is probably going to be the end. Vanish out for the rogue. Flare down. I think it's over with that kill spree. Yeah, it is just over. It is over with that spree. As long as you can stay on top of the hunter the entire time, there isn't much you can do about it. Ka-chow, however, is going to be a really unfortunate setup. Before the dots are in, Cliff does go for a trinket with grapples. Look at him go. Look at him getting out of there. Hold on a second. Quick with that grapple. Hold on a moment. He doesn't have a drone rush, unfortunately. Or I don't think he has any cooldowns really either. With rogues, said they are cooldown based. Like really cooldown heavily based. I feel like they basically turned out the rogue was supposed to be a sustained rogue. It's almost like a subtlety, pseudo sub. Like a worse version of sub. With so much burst they gave him. Does go for a full stun. Has a trinket in case he needs it. Gouge for a second to Ka-chow. Is going to grapple out. Cloak of Shadow just looking for the reset. Unless Ka-chow can catch him. Another grapple. Judgment does connect, but no dots. Cliff maybe catches a reset. He has a vanish in case he needs it. Does go for the vanish, but the Dawn Light is on him. Unfortunately, Dawn Light is already connected. So unless you can wait it out, he's going to be in a rough spot. Catch himself a restells in between. Does get a cheap shot. Ka-chow with a trinket. Worst up for a second. Cliff has nowhere to go. Maybe evasion and more vanish is available. And I think the dodge should be falling off at this point, right? Picking up a decent bit of healing though from the Sipic up. I think he literally took every talent to buff up the Sipic up heal. Not in an amazing spot right now. Maybe I was going to say disarm, but I don't think disarm does anything. So maybe blind is the better play here. At least get himself a proper opener with a drone rush available. Kills coming up very soon. Has evasion, so maybe opener and then pop evasion. As Ka-chow tries to get himself counter pressure. Maybe he's not running 2 deaths, so he's got to be running elusiveness. He's at least gonna have some DR. Sank. Good that you didn't open up with a stun. That is actually really good. Kills be available very soon though, so maybe can make some kind of an opener work here. Couple of between the eyes, does get hit with a stun. It's going to take a lot of damage to the face, but has evasion and everything available. Maybe it'll be enough. Maybe a Sipic up to follow. Grapples out. I don't think it matters though. I honestly thought you might be able to live just a little, but apparently not. I was thinking like pre-evasion, because you know you're going to get stunned, but evasion will give you a 20% DR. And then you'll be able to build up cooldowns, get yourself a killing spree, push some pressure. Ka-chow will have to pop an immunity, then maybe catch a reset, because by then you spend a couple of comp points, you get some cooldown reduction. But apparently not, dude. That's rough. Big burst out for Gossagri. Bart's get up and running for Kachao. Gossagri just staying into the stun for the entirety of it. Quick roll and clone. It's going to be a full lay in hands for Kachao. Unless Gossagri follows up with even more damage, he's going to have to play super slow here, yeah? Yeah, until the trees are back up and available, I don't think he can really go for like a proper one bang versus Kachao. I don't think it would be helpful for him either if he did that. That is going to be a little tough though. Gossagri is trying to see if he can get himself some sort of an angle to at least maybe possibly catch a reset, leap it away for just a moment. Kachao does end up dropping onto the platform. Maybe for Gossagri this could be an opportunity. Disarm for a second. Stone right after. Has a trinket. Maybe some pets. Got him some trees. Searing glare. Can't really stop the glare, unfortunately. The pets, however, do not care for the glare. The spell wording does not stop the physical damage of the trees. However, they do fall off as the immunity comes through. So for Gossagri, who's completely on the defensive, unless you get some kind of pressure onto Kachao randomly here, just walk up and immediately get some pressure onto the guy, I don't think you're going to be able to get much out of him. Maybe a bubble while you got him rooted. Does get a trinket out of him just to break out of the root. Stun to follow. I think it's over. I think it's over. I think Gossagri literally played as best as they could in the situation because they have to play defensive. Literally have to play bear form. Is it in a spot? We could probably get you one insane. Probably get you a spot. And Leo's going to be up next. Man, I really do like this set, dude. Do I get it? Oh, it looks so good, man. The visor helm in particular looks amazing. I'm a big fan. It looks so good. Are you gonna cancel it? I was gonna say, I need that trinket, bro. I've been trying to roll in that trinket whenever I'm doing Demencias. I haven't gotten it so far. That thing is my best in slot. I need it. And that'll be good for the rest of season 3. And that'll be said. Vanko Ashes for Kachao, blind immediately by Leo. Got himself pre-IBF just to bunker down a little bit, tank up a little bit, fortify himself, big size. Oh, okay. Reaper's Mark, man. Or Deathstalker's Mark. What is it called? Not Deathstalker. It's man. Is it Reaper's Mark? Might be Reaper's Mark. Deathbringer Mark, right? The mark. Doesn't matter what you call it. The mark. Once you mark, you're dead. It's over. Just absolutely pops off and bursts. That's not the first time we've seen people just pop like a balloon like that. Right? Especially they're like low, and then pop. It's over. All he just gotta do is get him low enough. And he's got the rogue on a leash right now, just taking his rogue for a walk for a second here. As Sabado try to see if he gets some pressure in with a blind, as Leo does have Lichborn available. Sabado is out of cloak and evasion, so right now for Leo, that's an opportunity to potentially get CC or healing off of Sabado, unless he just takes you out with a secret technique right there. He does. He does. Sub rogue at the very least is able to shut down Death Knight. It is a lot of burst, but stuns, disarms, a good sense of defenses. There's not much you could really do, man. Game right now, all good, all good. This guy here, I think I maybe wanted to get lane hits before bubble. Maybe. Possibly. Sabadell is taking a lot of damage from Curdy, though. He doesn't have a vanish anymore, so I think he's just going to be kind of sitting duck against Unholy Death Knight, man. That is tough. Who's up next? Is it the Smirch or is it Saya? Looks like Saya is going to be up next. And Curdy also wants to find out who is it going to be. Immediate Spell Warden out for Holy Saya. However, his pets, Curdy's pets, do a bit of decent physical damage, especially the Riders, man. They will do some magic damage. They will send Death Coils, which will be immune. And the Gargoyle is going to be immune for a little bit. But Curdy has a decent bit of physical damage that will go through it. Saya is actually kind of exposed. Unless you guys go for a hand, lay on hands, which you may actually try to see if you can hold on to it. And try to see if he can use it. Curdy just trying to see if he gets some pressure. Lay on hands, but Saya does go in for big bursts at the end. I don't know if Curdy could have stole a lay on hands there. Because he did have a Dark Sim for a second. He might have been able to steal lay on hands. Saya trinkets out of those, trying to see if he can use double dawn light to keep himself alive here. As Vasi just trying to get some kind of pressure onto Saya, just trying to hold him in place for a quick second. Into a stun, does have a trinket, meta right after. This could be his opportunity to potentially end the Paladin. Try to see if he can catch up to him, but the Paladin got plenty of mobility. You cannot play dance after him, unfortunately, and the consecration slow on top of it. Not feeling great either. Vasi may be able to get a bubble out for Saya if he is very, very careful. Darkness down, Saya's walking out of this, just letting the Dawn Light heal him. 47% dampening, so you don't have a lot of healing, but whatever Saya can get in heals, regenerate on top of it, that is huge. Potentially big damage out for Vasi. Saya, if you're not careful, you could just die here. No, he's not. He's not with Shield of Vengeance. Short stun, Vasi with an I-beam, may need immunity of his own actually here. Just back flip for just a second, got himself an immunity in case the Shield of Vengeance pops here. But it's going to be first aid out for Saya with a bubble. Next stun, I think, could be the end here. Next stun wins. Does Vasi have a stun of his own, though? He potentially could get it, maybe. I don't know if he's used Hunter roll so far. He got him some big glaive. Stun. It is going to be Blessing of the Saint. Maybe it's still big damage. No, Saya does get him some just enough damage to land the kill. Oh, my. That was some damage. It's actually really close because he got himself the good glaive, too. The big Eldraki glaive. And then he just needed one more, like, strike. One more KO strike, and it would have been good. Alrighty, Anistat and Johnny, let me know when you guys are ready, and we'll get another one up and running, yeah? Uno más. Get ourselves another game going, boys. Get another one up and running. Here we go. 992. John needs +1, so insane if you want to join them. They're going to be listed up in LFG, man, as per usual. You'll be able to find them pretty easily. See you, Pascal. Stalker играет. Ждем Нерфа, Палов. Да, хорошо, Петрович. Большое спасибо, друг. Большое спасибо, Gossy. So we are losing Gossy. He was on team Johnny, so that works out. Yeah, so we got a spot if you want to join him, insane. We got a slot right now. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Paladin versus Boomy. Boomy does not have a stand a chance. It is unfortunate. It is crazy, and I wonder if they'll reconsider Pallies, because like I'm fine with Pallies being strong for like PvE content, but man, how many classes have 3 immunes? I don't know. Do you count Leon Hands as an immune? I kind of can see why somebody might count it as immune, because it's just an ability for you to like reset your cooldowns or reset your health bar. Basically, if you not immunes, but if you look at them as like a resets, it is a reset. Consider restricted Paladin such a broken class? I mean, I have thought about it, although unfortunately, vast majority of players that are playing WoW are playing the Paladin. So if I restrict the Paladin, I could. But then I think you run into a situation where maybe it'll be like, okay, well now we're waiting for somebody else to take a Paladin spot, whatever, right? And if most people are just like, you know what, F it, I'm not gonna mess around with it, I'm just gonna stop being frustrated, I'm just gonna play the most OP class. There's a reason why people are playing Paladin. Might not even be that they're OP, but like, I don't know, easy to play, or does more damage than other classes, or the immunes are way too strong, things like that, right? There's a reason why people are gravitating to them. I think you could, I feel like it depends on who you are. You could probably argue whether Paladins are OP or not OP, right? But there's a reason why everybody's playing them. The greater delete Paladins, bro, seriously. Please help me get a spot. Yo, insane. There was a spot with Johnny on this. You're not seeing it? Find him in LFG, Raids Legacy, Molten Core, real quick. Pick me my next class level down. Pally, LA Shaman, or Demon Lock. I actually think, honestly, if you're going to be doing PvE content, I think LA Shamans apparently are looking real fun. Big burst, although you're very much a burst class. You don't really do a lot of damage outside of burst, but when you burst, it is insane. I said to LA Shaman, they seem like a lot of fun right now. I think you might have a lot of fun with it, especially if you're gonna raid. Or do it single target damage, so like PvP can also work too. They're pretty good apparently. Alrighty, I think we are good to go. We're gonna send you guys into, I don't know, Lordaeron? Lordaeron? Do 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 do. Alrighty. See if we get us another one going. Leave our damage alone, but it's fine with the tweak, lay in hands bubble. I just wonder if they would, right? Again, I'm not the one designing the classes, I'm not the one balancing the game, but we've just been seeing like back-to-back pallies just, you know, it just takes like, you need to kill them 3 times before they go down. And it's like, what other class has this many immunities? You know? Mages have ice block. Rogues have vanished, I guess. Although I feel like rogues die as soon as they pop a trinket. Like they die in a stun. So I don't know if vanish really stops it. Heralds don't have immunity. They can be tough, but they don't have immunity. Demon Hunters have like 1 immunity. Death Knights technically don't have an immune or reset, right? Which has their immunity? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't think it's just the mini immunes. Vasi and Saya, a bit of a rematch between these two. I think it's exactly what Vasi wanted though. Stun as soon as you go in for the hunt. My question is, did the hunt connect? I don't think the hunt connected. I I think actually Sai was able to avoid the hunt damage completely, avoided the Sigil of Fear, and just clobbered down the Demon Hunter without him even getting a chance to even figure out what the hell is going on. Big meteors down onto Saya with Meg. I'm gonna call him Meg. I have no idea how to say your name, so I'm just gonna call him Meg. It is MEGUM, I want to say. Wait, are you AoE polying him? Does get himself a ring, but Saya, I mean, he's got range damage here. Look at this. That's a melee class, and Meg is just getting blasted out. Maybe looking for a block here. I think it's gonna be a block unless you just die without a. Oh, you already blocked. Never mind. Shut up, Meg. Exactly. Shut up, Meg. Cliff Dog just trying to see if you can flip a couple of coins versus Saya. Isn't gonna be enough, man. Flip a coin, a win. Flip a coin, tails a win, heads you lose. Hopefully. You would think there's a kind of just insane, no Meg. Okay. Well, I see the mage named Meg, so I'm gonna go with the name Meg. But that would be insane, the rogue on the mage. Named insane rogue, not an insane rogue on the mage. I feel like I gotta stop explaining it. I feel like you guys are smart. You guys are smart, bunch of smart cookies. Smarter than me for sure. Cliff tried to see if he could go for advantage, but getting caught on the AoE. I think Saya already had the eyes picked up, however, so he knew exactly where he was. Killing spree, but a shield of vengeance is going to end up popping unless you can stay on top of Saya. While spree is on him, that damage is going to eventually get outrange. Smoke bomb for a second, pick it up a little bit. Healing sap. I am surprised that sap went through. I am very surprised that that sap went through, and just try to see if he gets some food. Probably good that he started moving. Saya picking up another set of eyes, so you should be able to see exactly where Cliff is at. He knows. But that sap is going to be half. I think you're just going to have to get in there. Yeah, you're just going to have to get in there. Saya tried to see if he catches it. Blessing is saying to stop the stuns. You can go for a disarm. I don't know if it doesn't really do that much against the Paladin. What was that huge hit there, by the way? It was like a huge proc hit, and Saya taken him out with just a bunch of hammers from a distance. Literally 3 people on that team of Team 2 have gotten eviscerated, evaporated, with Saya just walking up and just doing quick work with all of them so far. When is going to be Curdy trying to give Saya a bit of an honor duel, and Saya hitting them with a couple of bonk hammers. And Saya actually did not, no, he used the bop. If he used the bop, oh, spell warden, I guess. I don't know if he has lay on hands though, but he does have bubble, so potentially maybe lay on hands and bubble, so he's got himself a couple of defenses. Shield of Venus available, maybe wall. Try to see if he can waddle out. That is entire undead army. Wake of Ashes will stun him for a second, but he's going to get kited back into the army of undeads. Consecration is going to slow him down a little, but for Curdy, he better herd the Paladin into the undeads. Is going to go for a blind. Curdy does himself blessing a saint, blessing. Or Dark Sim. I don't really know was he able to Dark Sim from him. I don't think it was a bubble. Curdy may be in trouble. Death back with the dome. Just trying to see if he can live this. Saya is super low. Saya might be in trouble as well. Aim heads up for Curdy. It's going to be enough damage. Gripping a man right now. Saya, do you have enough damage yourself? Stun onto Curdy. Does have an out. Short stun from the pet. Pet is probably might potentially get stunned if that's under the Wake of Ashes. Blind on Saya for a second. Curdy sacrifices the ghoul for a moment. Try to see if he can get himself a gargoyle. Maybe that'll be enough. Death strikes are available. Try to see if he can maybe Dark Sim some kind of a heal from Saya potentially. He was able to Dark Sim something. I think a heal. Flash heal if you have it. Yeah, it does use it. It does nothing, unfortunately. For Unholy Death Knight, it doesn't do much. The pets are on Saya with White Man on top of it. So that's going to be some dot damage on top of it too. Curdy, you need an AMS or something. Stun onto Saya super early. Once you get himself a heal, but Saya just goes in, clobbers him down. Got himself full regenerate, and it looks like Leah is going to give him the proper honor duel. Man, Curdy got that Dark Sim, which I love to see, but timing that against a Paladin, it is tough. I think he was trying to see if he could potentially time a Dark Sim. Saya is super low to get a bubble at him. So then you could also steal the bubble. So you can have a bubble for a bubble. And then you'd be able to just absolutely rock down Saya when you bubble your damage and then you have burst. Saya, I think, is just dead. No, Leon Hands comes back last second. Barrett's out for Leo. IBF out. He's got up to potentially steal lots of damage. Big Reaper sight. Second sight goes through. Isn't enough damage. It looks like Leo does bring it back for his team, though with a very narrow victory. All that's still rocking through him right now. Not in an amazing spot, health-wise, cooldown-wise. Do you have mage food, right? I think you should have mage food. Did you drop feast? It looks like Sabado, like he could just charge him. He could rush you, but he ain't. He's giving you a chance. He's giving you first aid opportunity. He's giving you a reset. There you go. There's the mage food. Basically, the mage was supposed to be like Megami. Oh, that's what it's supposed to be, Megami. Okay, okay. Yeah. From Konosuba. No. That's a good one. I like it. That's all character of that name. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're trying to do. Please don't all the Paladin. It's impossible for the cluster to play against broken chat, dude. My chat is quickly converted to be anti-Paladin. Oh, you guys are gonna have some fun tomorrow, man. I'm probably Lason's gonna come over tomorrow for NA teams. Unfortunately. Leo does get rocked. Big burst out for Sabado with an evasion. I don't think there's anything you can do. Death back last second. Maybe some death strikes as evasion falls off. That's about all he can do. Maybe spam. Nah. That is unfortunate. Yeah, Saya with a clean 4. Clean sweep 4. That is rough, man. We need 1. Alrighty. Groups are going to be open for team... Maybe for Team Leo. We'll see in a second. Yeah, Pallas are rough, man. Pallas are tough. Is that what we're gonna do? No Pallas? Ban Paladins? No more Paladinos? Maybe we could do a ban of Paladins tomorrow or something for Team NA. Why are both 4-year specs so much fun? Fury is definitely very fun. Arms I haven't played in a second, but I remember when PTR, Demolish was really cool. It's a big hitter. Super fun. So we got a group if you guys want to join us. Well, welcome to it. I'm in a one-term mage versus non-Paladin. I feel it. Maybe we could have like Saya go last or something. Right? So then at least we have a Paladin to end the night off, but so you can still play, but like, so not watching him just rock the entire world. I don't know. Just a 14 mil mortal strike. Jesus, that's a hard hitter. Holy, are they still Demolish build, or are they, or did they go back to the Slayer as arms? Actually, dude, arms apparently is in C tier. No, they are Colossus. That's good. Damn though. But damn. Yeah, I love how good Fury has gotten recently, man. It is real good. It is real good. Bump Valley Yashim. That could potentially work. Got a spot? Yo, bye, can I do my man? We may have a spot after this next one. We'll see. How you doing, by the way, my guy? Hope you're doing good. Are we good? Buff Red Pala? Yeah. Kier in Mabina is like, yo, buff Red Pala. All caps. What's your main out? Rogue. I've been playing Rogue for a while. I like Rogues. I like Outlaw Rogues in particular. I feel like if they removed Outlaw Rogue completely, just made it so Rogues only have Subtlety and Assas, I don't know if I'd still play Rogue, man. I like Rogue in general, but I just really find Outlaw super engaging. The other two specs, they're not as engaging. I feel like there's definitely fun to be had. Yeah, I do wonder if I would be playing Rogue if there was no Outlaw. Like if they just removed Outlaw tomorrow and you only have Assassin sub, just true specs. But yeah, I'm playing in Prior for huge AoE. Just Paladin in Prior, yeah, that's gonna be huge. Preposterous still here for my lawyer son, bro. Seriously, man. Holy moly. Did I save the last one? I think I did. Double checking. Okay. Let's see if we can get another one going, boys. Oh no, boss, oh no, boss. Switch. Get ourselves whole. Oh no, Ka-chow over for the team 1. Oh yeah, we do have 2 paladins on this team, don't we? And Elo bringing it back as a full Faust card. I haven't seen Elo in a hot second here. Going to be a full lay on hits for Ka-chow. Does get a stun to Elo. Has got a full immune. Just try to see if he can get away from Ka-chow. Sigil of Fear, unfortunately, does not connect, but the full eye beam. Full demon form is active. If you can get yourself all that full damage rolling onto Ka-chow, I think it'll be golden. Try to see if you get the fire. That's a lot of fire damage. That's a lot of immolation aura damage potentially here. Could get himself lots of output right now versus Ka-chow. Just need to stay next to him, blur it up, and just stand there. That could potentially be a lot of fire damage. Does fly up, but I think Elo might just be lights here, man. Unless Ka-chow is just gonna go for full reset. I still think Elo is lights, right? Dawnlight just kills you. Yeah, Dawnlight and the hammer unfortunately does bonk you down. Cliff Dog gonna be up next. I'll try to see if he can get himself a setup versus Ka-chow. Yeah, actually, it wasn't that message. Instead, is Sabado. Yeah, we might actually have to do this where we get like each team a pallet at most. Not said. Big spree out for Cliff in the opener. Ka-chow immediately bubbles. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they made Outlaw Rogue into a basically worse version of Sub Rogue, as it's really bursty, really bursty. But like insanely long cooldowns until you can do that again. Literally 3-minute cooldown. You do have cooldown reduction, but like the main rogue's so kind of like squishy, you just can't really stay toe to toe to really get a lot of cooldown reduction. Because you gotta be like building and spending calm points to do that. And unless you do like quick hit and runs and run away, right? You know, just go, open up, get some bursts going. Cloak Shadow's up for Cliff. I think he's avoided the blind. Yeah, complete reset and has got himself behind the pillar. Ka-chow does himself the shield of vengeance, picking up the eyes. Should be able to maybe get himself a little bit of healing. He more or less knows the rogue is nearby. Yeah. Does get himself a wake of Ashes. Cliff Dog, I think has evasion unless it's already on cooldown. Basic protection. Gotta find a way out of there. Gotta run out. Is it gonna be able to? That is the question. Ka-chow trying to see if he catch up to him. Basic protection. I think he just dead to Dawnlight. Yeah, dead to Dawnlight with a final wreck around the corner. There's just nothing he could have done there. That is unfortunate with Gertie. Trying to see if he can get himself some sort of a setup here. Make Pallies go last? Yeah, we might just have to, man. Might just have to switch Ka-chow over to the other team, so at least we have Pally on each team, man. You know what I mean? Leave Pallies last on that cleanup duty. Maybe. My chat, dude, today is, you guys have definitely been building up. The frustration, the anti-Pally frustration has definitely been building up over time. And I think you guys are like, you know what, we've had enough. Put these Pallas with the back of the line, man. I don't want to see him play. I want to see everybody else play and just make Pallies play that, what's the word? Like janitor duty, dude, to clean up service at the tail end, right? Clean up an aisle 9 when we're done dueling. As Gertie trying to see if he can just take down Ka-chow, does go for a quick war stomp with the silence, but I think the pets are not. Oh no, silence. Blind, but I don't think the pets is blinded. Are they? Don't think so. Gertie does have himself just a little bit of health to work with. Death strikes are doing a decent bit. Hand of freedom out for Ka-chow, but he's kind of low. I don't think he has a bubble anymore, does he? Stun onto Gertie. Does not have an out. Just trying to see if he could escape this if at all possible. That was a stun out for Ka-chow. He has nothing left. For Gertie, you just gotta put some pressure. Just a little bit more damage. Just a little bit more overall output. Get some slows into Ka-chow. Maybe grip him out in the open. But looks like he's gonna back it up out of there. Maybe like sacrifice a ghoul? He may need a heal. He might need a heal. That may be like a first aid. He backed up out of there. I think he backed out because he was completely dry on cooldowns. But I think him backing out might have given Ka-chow a chance here to win. Because that's a full Dawnlight, and he's trying to see if he can go behind the pillar. Gertie needs to pick up as much stuff as possible. AMS is up. I don't really know what's stole from Ka-chow, but it doesn't matter. Ka-chow just ends up going for a big puff of burst. Take him out of there. But Pala have to do each other only? Yeah, maybe. Only Pala will Pala approve because you'll see Pala die. True. Is it giving Leo a chance to like, oh, what's happening? He's like showing his back. He's like, I'm not even gonna look at you. Then I'm gonna look at you. Oh, okay. I didn't hear him, say anything, but I mean, those are fighting words. Those are fighting emotes right there, man. Those are fighting emotes. Wasn't even looking at him, leaning up away from him, and then just hit him with a rude. Okay. It's gonna be down to Leo to somehow find a way to fight through the rest of the team one man. He's gonna fight through Kachao, most likely everybody else. If it's a Paladin into Pally, that would be brutal. Does go for silence. Kachao with a bubble. Back up and available. Leo, all he can do is try to see if he can tank down as best as possible. I don't know why I switched over to Kurdi. But all he can do is play defensively. Does end up avoiding a lot of that bubble immunity out for Kachao. Does go for cleaves. Looking for a kick. Does not connect with a kick. Kachao got a lot of range damage. Blind last second. Searing Glare doesn't connect. I think it actually connected. Death backed up for Leo. Does have himself a way to break out of that stun. Kachao barely has any health. Wake of Ashes is available, however. To use that Wake of Ashes to heal, he does use it to heal and does use one to deal dot damage to Leo, who still has a death pact and can't really heal himself. Maybe sacrifice the ghoul as soon as the death pact is gone. That might be what he needs to do here. If that ghoul is still in play. I don't think it is anymore. No, I think a child just turns it around. I thought Leo was going to be able to walk in and have full burst, but I don't think it's happening. Unless Leo can somehow catch up a lot of healing right now. That or get CC chain onto Kachao in full burst. Does bring AMS a stun. That's huge. Trying to see if he can make some damage happen. Size goes through. Is it enough? Kachao is low. It does explode. And Leo does end up taking him out. Barely alive, but does get himself a first aid. Catching up as much health as he can at 33% dampening. And Sabadell is going to be up next. For Leo, this is his worst matchup. Can you? Yeah, he's like walking up to Megami. Does he have food? I was going to say, like, it looked like he was going to run over to Megami and get some food from him, but nah, apparently you already have it. Just chilling till time close Paladin 5. Yeah, seriously, hopefully. Yo, this is where you gotta root for Leo, because if Leo plays well, you'll actually be able to get a chance to play. Flagellation out for Leo. No way to stop that huge hit. It is lights for this man. There ain't no way you surviving that kind of burst. That was filthy. That burst was absolutely filthy. Huge. I think it was eviscerate, right? A mad eviscerate. Actually insane. Sabadell tried to see if he can get himself proper opener onto Megumi. Blind to follow after. Got himself the Phoenix. I think Phoenix is attempted to cast at Sabadell, but he can't quite reach him. This Phoenix is... Because some pets, when you summon them, they actually will track rogues and stealthies, even if they go re-stealth. Like Tyrant for Warlocks. For some reason, that pet can literally see stealth. Like if you summon him and the rogue vanishes, he'll still just chase after you. He's been like a really bugged pet, but in a bad way for so long. They finally fixed him by basically making him useless except for buffing. It is so rough. Megami does go in for a block. I don't know. Versus Sabadell, mages do have it rough. I'm gonna go to Leo's team. It's up to you, Shiny. It's up to you. If we need more bodies, then we could definitely do team Leo. If that's who needs more. But I'll have to wait and see. Full setup, what am I trying to say? Full reset for Megami there with some cooldowns. Cheap shot right after. Is it over? Is it lights? Hold on a second. Oh, that ain't looking good. Counter race is available. Can go for Invis. Try to go for Poly. I think it is over. Yeah, knockback on the rogue ain't gonna happen. Megami, I think, is just done. Unless you get shields. We need that fiery barrier right now. Is it the oh, it is the beefy barrier that will go away. Yeah, Shadow Strike and it's over. Ha! Yeah. I knew it. 2 globals all needed. Good shout, does pick up 3. Pally's, man. But at least the Pally does not get a 1v5. You know, he does get shut down by the DK, but it is rough. Alrighty. So yeah, Shiny, if you are Kachao, yeah, just have him send Paladin over to Team Leo. And instead, toss me an invite so I can open up the group. And I can like try to see if we can swap out one Paladin. You know what I mean? Move one Pally over so each team has a Paladin. I think that'll be kind of fair. My spot, guys. Sai is willing to give up a spot. There it is. He did 35 million damage to me. Yeah, I have 17 million. Yeah, you can do a lot. Yeah. Nice, right? Yeah. That's rogues, man. Well, rogues versus classy classes, especially with that much burst, it's always been kind of strong like that. Okay. So apparently Adasted got a +1 coming in for the Paladin. I think it is for Saya. Do you already have somebody on the way, or do you need my help getting somebody in? Adasted, if you need somebody on my team, or on your team, unless you know how to do the whole LFG and like listed the groups and all that, toss me an invite. I can take care of that. I saw in Pala. I think Saya is bouncing, and that means we will probably shouldn't pick up any more Paladins that we have. So I don't think we'll be swapping a Pala. I think we're just losing a Pala. Who I invite? Invite me. I will open up the. Yeah, toss me an invite and I'll take care of all of it. Yada yada yada. Wait, is Saya? Are you still playing or are you bouncing, Saya? Let me know, man. Also, pass lead. Oh, thank you. I was gonna be like, pass lead, por favor. And then midway through, he passed it. All right, we open up LFG. If you guys want to join, more than welcome to. We got a groups up in LFG Raids Legacy. We have one Palo on our team, and I guess we'll keep Saya unless Saya's going. But yeah, we'll see. Top of the Palo, like the boys said. Oh wait, no. Is that in the US team? I'm not sure. I can pick up Curdy. Bayek? No, we can't do more Paladins. Cassia sucks. Cassia? I think I should pick up Curdy, right? Yeah, I'll pick up Curdy because he's switching over. Okay, so we have only one Paladin. We should do most one Pally. Curdy, bro, he swapped. Wait, is Curdy... No matter, Curdy went. Works out. Cassia is my mate. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. We... Johnny, do you have a spot? Or are you guys all good? Bayek, I would love to get you in. Hold on. Yeah, seriously, dude. We're full. Okay, we will have to play as we are. We are full. I would not be able to get him in for the time being. Yeah. I'm gonna press delist for the time for now. But yeah, we are full. Yeah, we'll go with this for now. And then if somebody drops, we can get your bud. But we might have like 2 more games in us. We'll see. Maybe we'll do more. Let's do another than a grand. We are starting. Hi, it's been a while. What's up, Steven? Hi to my man. Steven? Is Steven, right? I always have a hard time with the name, with your name. Because I want to say Stefan. But it's like, I'm pretty sure nobody calls people Stefan. I think it's just Steven. You just have a PH in there. Or is it Stefan? I don't even know. I think it is Steven. Alan. I can do Alan. How you doing, my guy? Is there a way to take off the glyph? A glyph? Yes. You would have to go to a inscription vendor in like Orgrimmar or Stormwind, and they should have Vanishing Powder, and then you use Vanishing Powder on the ability that you have glyphed to take off the glyph. Yeah, it's kind of like an old method of how to take off glyphs, but they repurpose that old method from like Cataclysm or Wrath to those vendors. It has to be one of the old vendors for inscription though. I maybe the new ones also have it, but I know the old ones have it, like Orgrimmar and Stormwind, those inscription vendors. There we go. I've learned item level will the degree of midnight doesn't matter. Yeah, no, they're just gonna be squishing the numbers because the numbers are way too high. They're just gonna be squishing the numbers down. It doesn't really make a difference. You're still gonna be powerful and you still are gonna scale powerfully, but they're just gonna take the numbers we have now and just squish them down a bit. That's all. Good Twitch. Got ourselves Megaby first up versus Curdy. As we got one pallet each in each team. I wonder if they're gonna go last two. It is gonna be short stun by the pet from Curdy. And I wonder if Curdy could actually dark sim something good from Megaby. Maybe a block, maybe a blink. A blink would be amazing. Got him some wall, the damage, full pets, everything available. Silence to follow. And just gonna try to see if we get a block out of him. I think Curdy does pick up a block. So if you do have cooldowns out for Megaby, Curdy can just block it. He does pick up a lot of health. Death pack right now. Megami super low. Got himself a huge shield. Cauterized right after. Curdy blocks it, and Megabe's just stuck out in the open. Oh, the gargoyle from around the corner. And Curdy does get himself a good setup. Kachao is up next. I don't know if you can maybe do some kind of like a dark sim with him as well. But you are going to go AMS early. Maybe you could dark sim a Hodge. No, you dark simmed, I think, some kind of judgment or something. Does IB up to break out of that stun, dome down for a second. Maybe you can get a bit of a death strike in there. Right now, dampening is not super high, so if you can get any death strikes, that'd be huge. But Kachao just has a lot of damage for him to deal with right now. That is unfortunate. Kyle is going to be up next. I think for Kyle, he's going to have to find himself an angle and then just pummel as much damage as humanly possible into Kachao while he's got it. It is going to be a little bit tough, but I think he could probably do at least something. I'm assuming, yeah. Got himself at least a little bit of an opener. Shield of Vengeance up. As long as you keep max range from Kachao and let your pet just continuously ravage him, you might be okay. Stealing block is wild. It is so fun though, dude. That's my favorite. I love watching Death Knights who can steal like some weird, wild buffs from people. Watching a Death Knight steal Paladin's bubble or ice block from a mage or any one of those buttons, it is so cool in my opinion. Or Warlocks like Unbound Fortitude. Is it Unbound Fortitude? The wall button? Yeah, it is super cool. Kachao does end up taking out Kyle. That is rough, man. Can BM Hunters even play against Pallies? I feel like maybe out in the open, like in a BG Blitz or in a solo, if you could just stay away, you might be okay. Banneret? Okay, dude. I think tomorrow we'll try potentially Banneret Void. How does that sound? Yeah, we might just have to try seeing what's it like. We'll just open up NA groups as normal, and if like Pallies are getting out of control again, we'll just try Bannerets. Was he not in stealth? Or did Smirshka get caught out of stealth? Did you pick up eyes or something? Kachao just was able to get a proper Hodge under the Smirshka. He's going to be able to get himself a proper kid shot of the Kachao. Buff as well as a Bubble are both available. Secret technique to follow up. Smirshka does go for advantage still. Dawnlight rotting him down is going to have the shields keeping him in stealth for a little bit longer. But he's going to get caught out there for a second. Kachao picking up the eye really early on. Can any of you do Paladin? Maybe next match, yeah. Maybe we could do that for the next match, chat. Not entirely against it. If you guys really want one. One match, no Palas. Maybe. Kachao does get hit. Oh, wait. That was a lot of burst. He had a bump and bubble, right? Did he just not expect the burst out for the Rogue out of left field? Maybe. I'm not really sure. Elo does get himself, I think, emo or rolling a little early. That's how you found the Smirshka? Darkness down. It is going to be a trinket. Stun onto the Smirshka. And does have a second stun right after. You want to maximize all your big eruption damage as best as possible. Try to go for a hunt. I don't know if they're connected. Is going to get himself a cleave onto the Smirshka. Is it going to be enough though? Metamorphosis right after. And as long as you get those big AoEs with that, what's it called? As long as you get the big AoEs down with the Demon Surge. I think it's Demon Surge, right? Maybe enough damage. No! The secret technique continues the finisher even after the imprison. It was over. Even if Rogue's in prison, it doesn't matter. Those Shadow Clones had you covered. You gouge for a second as Leo tried to get some burst in. Cheap shot. The Smirshka went in from gouge into cheap. Yeah, I think he knew that he was going to be dead. I think he tried to see if he can get in there last second, but I think he knew he was dead. Damn, fair fucking wrong button. I thought I had a bubble. All good, all good. All good, all good. Wait, so you didn't have bubble? Oh, because my UI did not track it then. Yeah, so because my UI didn't track it. Bro, how does everybody have this trinket? How does everybody have this Hearthstone? It looks so sick. I love that void animation like below your feet. It looks so cool. I need it. I need it. I might just run a normal after this, man. Just to try to see if I can get the trinket again. I have a bunch of worlds I can play. All the way to Dimensias. I can maybe do like a skip. Do a group that's already on Dimensias. Maybe play a healer so I can get in easy. I don't know. Maybe. As Leo tried to see if he can get himself some of the sides back to back onto side. I actually got a like 3 of them. Is that what it was? It looked like a lot of sights. Leo, however, kind of behind on cooldowns, kind of behind on defense. It does have AMS. Try to see if we can go for the death strikes at 25% dampening. So the dampening isn't really all that high right now. So might be able to make someone work off of this. Got himself Wraith Walk to at least run away from Saya. Wake of Ashes to follow up. As long as you're not Lichborning, you don't get stunned by that. Hodge goes through. I don't think there's anything you could do. Yeah, it is just over. It is just over. With Cliff Dog as the last one left, you got to rush in. Immediate killing spree. Firing bullets in every direction. Saya with a trinket blind. 3-minute cooldown out of the window. Let's thought it was a good idea to put killing spree on a 3-minute cooldown, at least for PvP. That seems like a lot. You know what I mean? 3 minutes, 1 little CC, and it's gone. Man, at least the OG killing spree was like a 1.5. You can get it down to 1.3, so it wasn't like the end of the world because you could get it back up really quickly. But man, gouge for a second as Cliff tried to see if he could back up out of there. Saya has, actually, he doesn't have a lot to work with unless you got lay on hands. He doesn't have a bubble. He does not have a bop. I can't ever tell with lay on hands if that's ever available, but he doesn't have a trinket either. So for Cliff Dog, actually, this could be a viable opportunity for him to potentially land a victory. Some way, somehow. It is not going to be an easy victory, but there's always a chance, man. There's always a chance. Sarah Gold Joe Crafter was planning to sell gems. Best. What is best to save up gold with Joe Crafter? Like what gem to invest into for gold? I actually don't know. I think the Culminating Blasphemite is probably best. That sounds for pretty good price. I don't know how much investment you need for that one specifically. That's a good question. I don't know. Any Joe Crafters in the chat? Helping out Steven for a second here. Man, first aid out for Saya. He is actually, the longer this match goes on, the worse it's actually going to be for Cliff Dog. Yes and no. The Saya, that's a bop and bubble. They're both coming up sometime soonish. Lay on hands at some point is going to be up. For Cliff, he just needs the right set of cooldowns to be able to get some big damage to Saya. And then I think he'll be good. Technically has himself an evasion, I think, unless it's not tracking properly. He does have a vanish to try to see if he can get himself a reset. But Saya is on the chase, on the prowl. Shield of Vengeance is available, as well as the trinket very, very soon. And Cliff is just looking for a full reset. Technically, Cliff does have some decent stuff to work with, potentially. Does go for vanish, cheap shot, full kill spree, mad damage to the Saya. Thought maybe this would be enough. Saya does get ahead with a cheap shot, but Cliff, Cloaker shot his last second. He just needs to avoid any physical damage whatsoever. Again, I can't tell if he has an evasion or if it's just bugged on my screen. It looks like, I feel like he would have used it by now. Wake of Ashes avoids it completely, but he has like no health whatsoever. 2 minutes into bop and bubble a backup. Saya did burn a trinket. I don't know if Cliff could do this again. But I think he might just need to just commit. He got trinket in like 20 seconds. If trinket and evasion and a disarm, maybe he can make that work. Potentially. He keeps sitting down for food as much as possible. That's good for him. But damn. Needs to be very, very careful. I think Saya is probably going to swing around and pre-blessing a saint himself. No, stun instead onto Cliff. Cliff, you need to heal right now. Unless you got anything whatsoever blind, it's over. It is over. That is rough. That is so rough. Wasn't sure of selling JC gear, but I guess mounts could be interesting. JC gear. Do people, does it cost a lot for JC gear? That's a good question. You could. Let me see if that's worth anything, because I have no idea. That's one thing that I didn't keep up with professions at all. If like profession armors are like worth anything, professional equipment. JC gear, right? Skill crafting. High SATA level. Is that the rank 5s? That is rank 5s. Yeah, they don't look that expensive. Unless you're thinking of work ordering some stuff. And then maybe I could see it. Like work ordering a bunch of stuff. That could probably work. I don't know why this is 15k. I'm pretty sure nobody's actually going to buy it for 15k. Or that. I'm pretty sure nobody's going to buy that for rank 3. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna do that, but yeah, maybe if you could like work order them, that's possible. Yeah, I have no idea. All right, so are we doing this Paladin or it is 5 for me, dude? I do need to get some food. That's just suck. Do we have enough bodies though? Is the question. One more, go last. I am hungry, chat. You know what? I am hungry, and I did go see my doctor, and you told me to take care of my foot a little bit better. So I am gonna go. I'm gonna go get some real light work done. I'm basically was set. I just need to finalize like a thing. But yeah, I need to show up my rogue next week. Next week. I think I'm gonna go and finish up work 5 seconds, 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna go get pizza, and then I'm gonna prop my leg up, and gonna take care of myself for a bit. How did that sound, chat? How did that sound? But yo, thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Super fun hanging out with all of you. Tomorrow are NA duels for 5v5 1v1s. We're gonna be going back up to NA during the 5 to 7 p.m. EST, so like a little bit later than usual. But EU, you guys are more than welcome to come and watch. You know what I mean? I have 2 Death Knights, 1 Emerald Dream on Storm Scale server, mining and jewel crafting. Oh, that's cool actually. That's actually kind of cool. Over? I think so, Saya. I think so. Thank you for popping in, man. I appreciate you though. Thank you, boys. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to take care as best as I can. And I'll see you guys all for tomorrow's duels. Yeah. Hopefully I'll see you over on the team NA. We'll see. I kinda gave NA the cold shoulder last week. We did the EU games instead. So I'm gonna see if we can bring it back to NA tomorrow. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Peace.
You are my lucky charm. I hold you close in the night in my arms. And when we